by Safeway.
You are looking at a wet and soggy Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg, where the rain has stopped, and we hope to get in another edition of Safeway Goldeyes baseball on Shaw TV. This afternoon, the Goldeyes look to complete a 4-game sweep of the Sioux Falls Canaries. Our pregame show is brought to you by Safeway, ingredients for life. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Beauregard, filling in for Al Foster. You get less personality this afternoon, but more hair. And there was a time where my hair would have been at risk. We had rain all morning long, but that has subsided, and we hope for a nice afternoon. There was a 1-hour rain delay last night, and we're hoping that that does not resurface and become the case this afternoon. It is muggy, cool, if you can believe that, and overcast with some sunny breaks. Well, how about them Goldeyes? 8 consecutive victories. They've won 12 of their last 13. They clinched a playoff spot on Friday night, and you would think that would have led to some sort of let-up last night, but no, they scored 12 more runs. This afternoon, they have one of their top pitchers going, Ethan Hollingsworth. In his last start, he threw a complete game, 2-hitter, one of the finer performances we've ever seen in a Goldeyes uniform. He's 7-1 on the season, one of the top off-season acquisitions by Rick Forney. For more on this afternoon's game, let's go upstairs now to Ken Wiebe and Scott Taylor. Guys?
Thank you very much, Mike Beauregard. Let's go down to field level and Nikki Curtin with the national anthems.
True patriot love in all our sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on
anthems. Welcome to the ballpark, everybody. It's the Goldeyes, the Sioux Falls Canaries. And let's go down to the field. The Goldeyes starting defensive alignment. Those boys out in the carpet. It's brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street and 655 Pembina Highway. Luis Allen. We've said that every night this season. Behind the plate. Casey Harther at first. Brock Bond is at second. Tyler Kuhn is at shortstop, and Jake Blackwood is playing third base. Donnie Webb's in left field. Reggie Abercrombie, who homered last night, is in center, and Josh Mazzola starts in right field. Ethan Hollingsworth is the pitcher today, and Ryan Pineda is the designated hitter. And that will probably be pretty close to the lineup for the playoffs, which start next Wednesday right here at Shaw Park. The Goldeyes starting defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit ANRCarpetBarn.com. Your Goldeyes starting pitcher is brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Kenny, tell us about Ethan Hollingsworth. There isn't much to say other than the fact that he has been sensational.
Yeah, one of the best off-season acquisitions, as Mike Beauregard pointed out, coming off a brilliant complete game 2-hit shutout in his last start, making his 13th start of the season for the Goldeyes. Fastball, sinker, curve, and a change. As mentioned, having a great year, 7-1, 3.63 earned run average, 13 games, including 12 starts. He has 1 complete game, 79 1/3 innings, 75 hits, 32 earned runs, 7 homers allowed, 19 walks, 38 strikeouts. Opponents struggling against Hollingsworth this year.
I guess. Your Goldeyes starting pitcher, Ethan Hollingsworth, brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The Sioux Falls Canaries starting lineup is brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporters of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at PembinaChrysler.com. Steve Tinoco, Brandon Jones, AJ Kirby Jones. They've been the top 3 hitters in the lineup for Sioux Falls during this series. Chris Duffy bats 4th. Carlos Mendez hits 5th. The hottest hitter in the lineup, Chris Valencia, bats 6th. Stephen Branca hits 7th. Sam Lind 8th. And Kevin Dultz, the catcher, bats 9th. That's the Canaries starting lineup, and it's brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at PembinaChrysler.com. Ethan Hollingsworth gets the sign from Luis Allen. Randy Wilms, the home plate umpire. Here's the first pitch of the ball game, and it's a fly ball into right field. Mazzola gets over quickly. He makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. The game's opening pitch is brought to you by Metro Center Limited for trailers, trailer parts, and accessories. Visit us at Metro Center at 620 Nairn Avenue. So 1 pitch for Hollingsworth and 1 out. A fly ball to Josh Mazzola, the right fielder, who got kind of a slow start on Tinoco's fly ball, but was able to track it down and make the catch. 1 away.
And Tinoco's been very aggressive early in counts throughout this entire series. No
he doesn't look
exception
at
there.
a lot of pitches.
No, he got a good piece of that one, though.
Here's Brandon Jones. First pitch to Jones is in there for strike 1.
If
Brandon Jones yesterday in Game 3 of this series went 1 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI.
And if you missed Tuesday's performance from Hollingsworth, it was an absolute beauty.
There's a chopper to Brock Bond. He makes the play easily to Hartford first base, and quickly, in just 3 pitches, Ethan Hollingsworth has 2 out.
And when we say 2-hitter, the first ball didn't leave the infield, and the second ball dropped between the second baseman and the right fielder. It was a flare. So you got an infield single and a flare were all that stood between Ethan Hollingsworth and a potential no-hitter.
I think it was interesting what Hollingsworth said after was that there were a lot hit hard, but they were right at guys. And he tried to make the best of a situation. He didn't want to kind of dwell on basically a flare and a scratch infield hit.
Yeah, and a ball that just barely got past his glove. He nearly came up with it.
1 ball and no strikes to AJ Kirby Jones. Kirby Jones in Game 1 of this series hit a rocket home run over the right field wall. Since then, he's had 1 hit in 6 trips. Pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And we knew this guy had power, but to see him go opposite field with that home run was very impressive. Right center field.
Hollingsworth gets the sign. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball back up the middle. Tipped by Hollingsworth. Bond has no problem. Gets it to Hartford. That'll officially go 1-4-3. 1-4-3 on the putout. And that does it quickly for the Sioux Falls Canaries. They look like a team that wants to get on the bus in a hurry. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played a half an inning on an overcast day in downtown Winnipeg. It's Sioux Falls, nothing. Winnipeg coming to bat. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. Scott Taylor, Ken Wiebe, and a very special guest, Mike Beauregard, joining us today here on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Welcome back to the park. Canaries starting defensive alignment. The boys out the carpet is brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit one of our 2 locations at 50 Archibald Street and 655 Pembina Highway. Kevin Dultz, the catcher. AJ Kirby Jones at first base. Sam Lind at second. Stephen Branca is the shortstop. Carlos Mendez starts at third. Chris Duffy's in left. Chris Valencia is in center. And Steve Tinoco starts in right field. Joe Bircher is the pitcher. And the designated hitter today is Brandon Jones. This is a pretty good defense. They just haven't had a lot of offense. The Canaries starting defensive alignment brought to you by A&R Carpet Barn. Visit ANRCarpetBarn.com. Your Canaries starting pitcher brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. Tell us about the lefty, Joe Bircher.
6'4" lefty from Omaha, Nebraska. Scott making his 17th start of the season. 3-7, 4.26 earned run average, 93 innings pitched, 105 hits, 44 earned runs, 36 walks, 51 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .296 against the left-hander, who will offer a fastball, curve, and a change, and has been the victim of a lack of run support throughout much of the season. Has done a pretty nice job for a 5th starter.
Canaries starting pitcher Joe Bircher brought to you by Lower Level Sports Cards at 189 Henderson Highway, right beside the subway. Visit us at lowerlevelsportscards.ca. The Goldeyes starting lineup Brought to you as always by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep, proud supporter of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit us at PembinaChrysler.com. Brock Bond, Jake Blackwood, Tyler Kuhn, Casey Harther. 4 guys all hitting over 300. Reggie Abercrombie, Donnie Webb, Josh Mazzola, Luis Allen, and Ryan Pineda. That's the way it's been for most of this homestand. And the Goldeyes starting lineup brought to you by Pembina Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Visit us at PembinaChrysler.com. First pitch to Brock Bond is low for ball 1. The starting 4 hitters in this Goldeyes lineup. Bond hitting .343, Jake Blackwood .311, Tyler Kuhn .361, and Casey Harther .380. The 5th hitter, Reggie Abercrombie at .287, has 17 home runs on the season, and he's won a championship with these Sioux Falls Canaries.
Yeah, and were it not for a slow start at the plate where Abercrombie was sitting in the 230s, he'd be hitting .300 as well.
Pitch is in there, 2-2 to Brock Bond. He didn't agree with home plate umpire Randy Wilms, but he doesn't get a say in it.
Not an official say.
Bircher kicks, delivers. That's in the dirt. Counts full to the first hitter for the Goldeyes today, Brock Bond. Bond in last night's game went 3 for 5 with a couple of runs scored. Of course, the Goldeyes had 15 hits last night, so everybody kind of got into the act. There's one lined foul in the crowd. Heads up over there.
Yeah, and if you thought the Goldeyes were going to have any kind of clinching hangover, they certainly put that that theory to bed quickly.
They played last night as loose as they played all year and put 12 runs on the board. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. It's handled by Mendez. Fires across to Kirby Jones, and Brock Bond is the first out of the ball game for the Goldeyes, and that'll bring up Jake Blackwood. Blackwood has been smoking hot, hitting .409 in the last 10 games, 18 for 44, .421 in the last 5, 8 for 19, and guess what? He's third. Casey Harther's hitting .444 in the last 10, and Tyler Kuhn's hitting .421.
Blackwood with hits in 17 of his last 18.
Bircher's first pitch misses, ball 1.
With that 16-game hitting streak broken up in the second game of the doubleheader.
Started a new one last night.
Indeed.
There's one fouled off. Into the Sky Suites. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jake Blackwood. Blackwood last night was 2 for 4. A couple of runs scored, 3 driven in. I told him I picked him as player of the game after he hit into the double play in the 8th inning. We had to go home. It was 10:30. The game was over. It was cold. It wasn't pleasant. Let's get out of here. There's one foul back onto the roof. Blackwood has been playing tremendous baseball, and it really shows. Rick Forney was in a tough situation when Blackwood got healthy, and he had Ray Sadler and Jake Blackwood, and made a really tough decision on 2 veterans. He couldn't keep them both. And Blackwood strikes out. He went around. Ken Wiebe unhappy in this press box.
I'm not unhappy. I just don't agree.
See, but you're a hitter.
Okay, well, where does the bat? The bat's not even anywhere close to the plate. Not close.
2 away. Here's Tyler Kuhn.
He did break his wrists, but I don't think he went aground.
Tyler Kuhn's hitting .361 with 5 homers and 50 driven in. First pitch is on the corner, a fastball at 84 for strike 1.
Now, Bircher's a typical left-hander, not going to light up the radar gun. He's probably going to throw between 84 and 88 miles an hour.
There's a line drive base hit. Tyler Kuhn just keeps hitting. It's going to be a battle coming down the stretch to see how the club decides their MVP, whether it's going to be Tyler Kuhn, the shortstop, or Casey Harther, the first baseman.
Good swing. Looked like a slider down. Kuhn just stays with it. Delivers the first hit of the ball game for the Goldeyes.
First hit of the game is brought to you by the University of Winnipeg. This year, the Goldeyes leading hitter will win the Tear, the Cover Off the Ball trophy, presented on September 3rd right here at the ballpark by the University of Winnipeg. The current leader is the man in the batter's box, Casey Harther, who is hitting .380. First pitch to Harther is inside, and Casey Harther is today's cleanup hitter. It's brought to you by Multi-Material Stewardship of Manitoba. More than half of all household garbage can be recycled. Recycling is easy and convenient. For more information, visit simplyrecycle.ca. Pitch to Harther is on the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Solid evening last night for Harther. 3 for 4, I believe.
Casey was 3 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. Blackwood 2 for 4 with 3 RBI, and Tyler Kuhn 3 for 6 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. Nice night. There's one fouled off. Rick Forney was talking about Casey Harther when he kind of slumped at the end of July. fell out of the ranks of 400, and it's impossible. It's just, there'll never be another Ted Williams. But the reality is Forney said that he just started to lose his balance a little bit. Balance is really important to his swing. And he got his balance back, and boy, he started to rip it again.
And he's worked incredibly hard. Even, hitting is easy. It comes naturally when you get into a groove, but when you get into a bit of a slump, it's hard to call it a slump, and you're still hitting 380.
True.
He worked
Casey Harther slump.
He worked really hard with Tom Vaith to get himself back right.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Off-speed pitch inside fooled him. The Goldeyes are done in the first inning. No runs on a hit, no errors. One man left on base. We've played a complete inning here at the downtown ballpark. It's Winnipeg nothing, Sioux Falls nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Join the movement to kick cancer. 5 simple things can reduce your risk of cancer by up to 50%. Choose a balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables. Get active to maintain a healthy body weight. Avoid tobacco and secondhand smoke. Protect yourself from UV rays. Follow cancer screening guidelines and see your doctor for regular checkups. Take the pledge to reduce your risk of cancer. Join the movement at kickcancer.ca.
An initiative of Cancer Care Manitoba Foundation, supported by Safeway.
Ethan Hollingsworth, as Kenny Weeb mentioned, coming off just one of the great performances in Goldeyes history. There has been one one-hitter, that was by Ace Walker, and one other two-hitter by Bobby Madrich. And what Ethan Hollingsworth did on Tuesday was pretty tremendous. And he has had an outstanding first season with the Goldeyes, 7-1.
Jamie Vermillier mentioned the off-speed pitch really was the key for Hollingsworth on Tuesday. Really had hitters guessing a little bit and chasing, expanding the strike zone. And as mentioned, good defense behind him, but no hard hit balls in the entire game. That's almost as an impressive feat as almost having a no-hitter.
So for the Sioux Falls Canaries in the second inning, it's Chris Duffy, Carlos Mendez, and Chris Valencia. Here comes Chris Duffy. Chris Duffy is today's cleanup hitter. It's brought to you by Multi-Material Stewardship in Manitoba. More than half of all household garbage can be recycled. Recycling is easy and convenient. We all win with recycling. For more information, visit simplyrecycled.ca. So Duffy comes in hitting .253. He has 14 home runs and 51 driven in. The first pitch just misses, low ball one.
It's funny, I asked Hollingsworth if he was a superstitious guy and if he was sitting in the exact same seat in the dugout in between innings when he started to get deeper into the game with that no-hitter, and he said, not really. He said he's always a guy that tries to take the same approach no matter whether he's given up 5 hits or none. So I'm sure some of the players were starting to think about it, though. When you get that deep into a ball game, 1 out in the 7th, you're starting to think you could be part of history. And even look at what Josh Mazzola did on that ground ball, on that infield single.
The ground ball, speaking of, to Brock Bond. Bond fires to first. First out of the second inning. Yes, Josh Mazzola, who is always aware, dropped the throw to first base. Even though it had already been beaten out, but he was going to take the chance that maybe Steve Eitz in the official score would give him an error.
To keep the no-hitter alive.
Keep the no-hitter alive. Didn't work, but Mazzola was thinking. Here comes the number 5 hitter, Carlos Mendez. He's hitting .263. 4 home runs, 35 driven in. Mendez last night was 1 for 5. Here's the first pitch. It's low ball 1. There's a ground ball, foul. 1 ball and 1 strikes to Carlos Mendez. Mendez from Aragua, Venezuela. He lives now in Phoenix. Signed as an international free agent by the Cincinnati Reds in 2004. There's a pitch right down the middle, off-speed pitch again. Boy, if he has that one working right at the knees all day, it's going to be scary.
Tough to get a hit off a guy in that kind of a zone.
There's one chopped at the plate. Ouch. Right off his foot.
He's going to leave a mark.
1 ball and 2 strikes. You're right. It's going to leave a mark.
Like a really good sinker.
Oh, right
Cutting
on the
in,
instep.
that's right off the ankle.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Mendez. Nice crowd today. It's B'nai B'rith Day at the ballpark. Earl Barish has about 1,500 fans out from various social groups today, and good for Earl, good for B'nai B'rith. And as more and more people arrive at the ballpark, should have a good crowd.
Luis Allen must be feeling refreshed. Didn't have to start at catcher last night.
Oh, he must.
Jordan Gaida.
He must have
behind the plate.
What was he doing? Hitting DH. It was kind of an odd proposition for Luis. There's a pitch, misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mendez.
So that's the thing with clinching early. Rick Forney will have a chance to give guys the odd day off here and there to keep them fresh for the playoffs, but also wants to keep them sharp.
Off-speed pitch hit right to Jake Blackwood. He handles it, fires across the diamond. 2 away here in the second inning. That's 4 straight groundouts, Kenny.
That's a good sign for Hollingsworth. He's a good ground ball pitcher. Another good curve ball down in the zone. Blackwood fields it easily. Gets a good grip on it, fires a baseball across the diamond to get Mendez by a step.
Talking to Tyler Kuhn last night about the overlooked part of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Everybody talks about the pitching, how great it's been. The hitting near the top of the league, as a matter of fact, tied for the lead. But the #1 fielding team in the American Association with a fielding percentage of .981 is the Winnipeg Goldeyes.
It's not overlooked by us. And it's also not overlooked by Rick Forney. Every time you have a conversation with Rick Forney, he brings up the defense, as he should.
Blackwood, Kuhn, Bond, Harther. Been tremendous all season long. This is Chris Valencia, the hottest hitter on this Sioux Falls team.
Since July 1st, Scott Valencia has hit safely in 40 out of 51 games and has 71 hits during that stretch. 71 for 189, good for a 375 average. Put together a pair of 8-game hitting streaks and also had one that lasted 14.
The guy can hit. 1-1 the count to Valencia. Just misses low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Valencia hitting .317 on the season. He has 5 home runs and 40 driven in. Valencia from Torrance, California, resides in Long Beach. There's a pitch fouled off the glove of Luis Allen. Back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Valencia. He went to Westchester High School in Las Vegas, or Los Angeles rather, the home of 7 major leaguers. Baseball school, Westchester High. And then went all the way to Idaho to play college ball at Lewis and Clark State College in Lewiston, Idaho. There's a chopper foul. Handled by Kevin Griffin, the first base coach.
Should mention that hit by Kuhn in the first inning sets a new team record for hits in a season at 137.
So a new franchise record for Tyler Kuhn. 2-2 the count to Valencia. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. First strikeout of the game for Ethan Hollingsworth. And 6 up, 6 down for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Nothing across for Sioux Falls in the second. You look at Ethan Hollingsworth, who has now gone at least 11 innings without giving up a run. Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. It's live on Shaw TV. The train's going by. Hi, everybody.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway. The Lazy Boy Comfort Zones, located in the Winnipeg Free Press Sky Suite, is fully furnished with the latest Lazy Boy sofas, love seats, and recliners. The Winnipeg Goldeyes would like to thank Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, located at 1425 Ellis Avenue, for their support. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Comfort, it's what we do.
1 in 4 deaths on Manitoba roads involves a distracted driver. Texting and driving is illegal and could cost you a $200 fine. 2 demerits for your life. Please don't text and drive. A message from Manitoba Public Insurance and your Winnipeg Goldeyes. So Joe Bircher works into his second inning. Nice crowd at the ballpark today for what started out as a terrible morning. When I came to work early this morning, it was coming down in buckets. But the rain subsided and it's overcast, windy. There's a big wind blowing out over the left field wall right now. But crowds turned out. We've got the B'nai B'rith folks here, so there'll probably be about 6,500 tickets sold today. Good day for a ball game. Goldeyes have wrapped it up. They're 11.5 games ahead of St. Paul now. They go to St. Paul tomorrow, play Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in a meaningful series against the Saints, although it's only meaningful in the sense that the Goldeyes just don't want to give up this run. They've got a guy running for a batting title. They got Tyler Kuhn setting records. There's just too much personal stuff to play for to start giving up at bats and not going hard.
Yeah, these guys will never want to give up an at bat anyway. They'll be part of a special day in St. Paul. Last game at Midway Stadium.
First pitch to Reggie Abercrombie is on the corner for strike one. Reggie hit a home run last night. I asked him what the pitch was. He said fastball, thigh high, middle in, boom.
Pretty apt description.
He hit the Donnie Smith ball in left field. Off-speed pitch grounded to the second baseman. Good play by Sam Lind at second to get the speedy Reggie Abercrombie. First out of the second inning. It'll bring up Donnie Webb.
Bircher has had good numbers in college, Scott. 10th round pick of the Houston Astros in 2012 out of Bradley University. While at Bradley, he set career records with 302 strikeouts and 559 and 2/3 innings pitched.
Here's Donnie Webb. Webb last night was 0 for 3. He's 1 for 9 in the series. Here's the first pitch outside, ball one. Still hitting .292 on the season. 10 homers, 49 driven in.
Just so much depth in that Goldeyes batting order, Scott.
Pitch on the corner, 1-1.
Something that should serve them well come playoff time.
Bircher delivers low.
Hard to keep everybody hot in a playoff series, in a short series, but when you've got so many weapons, certainly a benefit.
Webb hits it the opposite way. One hopper to A.J. Kirby Jones. Easy play for Jones at first base. Second out of the inning, it'll bring up Josh Mazzola.
These games are important for Mazzola, a guy that has been a solid playoff performer during the course of his career. His numbers are down a bit this year, but he'd like to get those numbers back closer to 270 before this year is out.
Mazzola's hitting .294 in his last 10. Hitting .260 on the season. 12 homers, 57 driven in.
And that's the big number. He's still third on the team in RBI, which is still a pretty solid season.
Pitch is low, 1-1 to Mazzola. And you hit the nail on the head. He's a great playoff performer. When the games matter, Josh Mazzola is a better ball player. And I think he's pretty excited about getting into the playoffs.
Yep, he's certainly a streaky hitter, but he's the kind of guy you can count on when the chips are down. And the drizzle has returned.
The drizzle has returned. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mazzola. Here's Bircher's pitch. There's a ground ball to the third baseman, Mendez. He gobbles it up, fires across to Kirby Jones, and that'll do it for the Goldeyes in the second inning. Nothing across for Winnipeg. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We played 2 complete on a damp, overcast day with a big wind right now. It's Sioux Falls nothing, Winnipeg nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Hit it, boys. Do you guys think that Kermit's been acting a little weird lately?
That's ridiculous. He's never been more caring or devoted to me.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Ricky Gervais, Ty Burrell, and Tina Fey.
This is my cow. It is illegal now for its massive size.
Plus, so many Hollywood stars, it'll leave you wanting more.
Yeah, no more.
Over the years, my role has evolved into more than covering fashion shows and interviewing rock stars. I've been fortunate to meet, support, and promote so many talented people in our community. Not only those who excel as dancers, musicians, and painters, but those people who share their talents to benefit us all. It's refreshing, reaffirming, often humbling, all in one. And it is why I love what I do.
Here's your scoreboard. Nothing, only hit in the game. A base hit by Tyler Kuhn.
An
Out
important
the patio
base
deck.
hit.
Boy, that looks like fun, doesn't it?
Indeed, they got a little bit of shelter from the drizzle out there.
No better place to be on a Sunday afternoon than the patio deck here at Shaw Park. So Ethan Hollingsworth will work into his third inning. The Fish are 29 games ahead of the Sioux Falls Canaries. Sioux Falls came into this one with a record of 30-62. The Goldeyes are 59-33.
It's been an impressive year for the Goldeyes, Scott. It really has. They did have a little bit of a downstretch in July, but for the majority, they've been fantastic. This is one of the most impressive seasons the franchise has put together.
Their record in the American Association is 60 wins in a 100-game schedule. And they have a chance with a win today and one more win this season to break that mark. Here's Hollingsworth's first pitch, swing and a miss by Stephen Branca, the shortstop. It's Branca, Lind, and Dultz for Steve Shirley's Sioux Falls Canaries here in the third inning. Hollingsworth gets the sign from Luis Allen. Pitch is way outside, ball one.
Hollingsworth, the fourth-round pick of the Colorado Rockies back in 2008.
Lives in Kalamazoo, Michigan. 1-1 the count, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Branca. And there's that off-speed pitch again. Boy, that change gets working. Branca was way out in front. One and 2 to Stephen Branca. Fastball is in there for strike 3. Branca was looking for the off-speed pitch and didn't get it. Got a straight fastball on the outside corner for strike 3. Second strikeout of the game, second strikeout in a row for Hollingsworth, and here comes Sam Lind.
Beautiful
Lind
fastball.
has been hitting the ball.
Beautiful fastball on the outside corner, as we saw right there.
First pitch by Hollingsworth is chopped at Casey Harther. He'll flip it to the pitcher. That'll get Lind. And a quick second out for the Goldeyes. Sam Lind last night was 2 for 4.
There's another look. Good sinker, Scott. Lind hits another ball fairly hard. Arthur fields it easily after the big hop. Leads Hollingsworth with the underhand toss for the second out of the inning.
So here's Kevin Dultz. Dultz last night was 1 for 4. He's 1 for 6 in the series. Hollingsworth kicks, delivers on the corner. Strike 1, 83-mile-an-hour fastball. Right at the knees.
It's a pretty good place to work.
All the time. There's a one-hopper to Jake Blackwood. It was hit hard, but Blackwood was right there. Casey Harther makes the play at first base. Good scoop by Harther on that throw from Blackwood, and that's it for Kevin Dultz. Nothing across once again here in the third inning.
Another look. Blackwood on the backhand. Sets his feet, fires it across the diamond. Watch this pick by Harther right here. Great scoop for the third out of the inning.
So 3 up, 3 down for the Sioux Falls Canaries in their half of the third inning. It's Sioux Falls nothing, Winnipeg nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. It's live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
When it comes to sports, we all like to watch the Jets and Blue Bombers, but there are many of you who also like to follow university, high school, even semi-pro sports. From high school volleyball and basketball championships, Bison athletics, even Goldeyes baseball, we're happy to bring you the best and most comprehensive sports coverage at the community level. Why? Because we know it matters to you.
Chiropractors in Manitoba are passionate about the services they provide. Over the years, they develop health and wellness programs for the public that provide preventative approaches to avoiding pain and improving daily performance. One of these programs, Straighten Up Manitoba, will help improve posture, stabilize core muscle groups, enhance health, and prevent problems with your spine. Complete the exercises when you have 3 minutes of day, anytime during the day, and you'll feel a lot better for it. A message from the Manitoba Chiropractors Association. We do those exercises right here at the ballpark.
Indeed.
The fan services reps. I think this is the best crew of fan services reps we've ever had at the ballpark. It's been a tremendous year for the way the fans are treated by the young kids who work in the park. Just a great job by everybody. Here comes Luis Allen. Luis hitting .284, 6 home runs, 48 driven in. Last night as the designated hitter. Last night is a night off. The designated hitter was Jake Blackwood last night. A complete night off for Luis. It's almost like he's never done it. I don't remember a complete night off. He's been the DH. But it's been a year since he's had a full night of not even having to play.
Well, he caught 14 innings
14
on Wednesday,
innings
so
on Wednesday.
It was time for a day off.
There's one fouled off onto the roof. Uh-oh, no, that went too far. That hit a car going by. Uh-oh. Better get Mako. Collision Repair and Auto Painting, Canada's Body Shop at 983 Wall Street, right here in Winnipeg. Bircher delivers, and there's a chopper foul. That's a great pitch, that slider or overhand curveball that Bircher throws down and into hitters. Fooled Casey Harther. And all Luis could do is foul it off.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Bircher has pretty good numbers for a number 5 starter. Just no run support, and that's why he's got that poor 3-7 record.
That's in there for strike 3. Luis didn't agree. And he's having a couple of words with the home plate umpire, Randy Williams.
Ooh, you don't see that often. Real good. Good fastball. Looked like it was just below the knee, but a nice job of framing by Kevin Dultz. Luis doesn't strike out much at all, and he definitely doesn't get rung up looking very often.
That was really out of character. Luis Allen,
he doesn't get up
as a catcher, never gets upset with the home plate umpire.
He almost never shows any emotion at all. He's very calm.
First pitch to Ryan Pineda misses outside for ball 1.
It looked like it might have been a bit down, might have been in a bit, but real good pitch by Bircher.
Bircher delivers. That's low.
For Luis Allen, that's just the 15th strikeout of the season.
Wow. 2 balls and no strikes. That's fouled off. Back out onto the street out over the right field wall.
Of the regular squad, only Brock Bond has fewer strikeouts. He has 14, but he's only played in 57 games compared to 90 for Luis Allen.
2-1 to Pineda. That pitch is low.
90 games and 15 strikeouts for an everyday player. That is a tremendously low number.
3 balls and 1 strike to Pineda. And there's a ground ball back up the middle to Branca, the shortstop. He makes the play. Pineda's the second out of this 3rd inning. There were 2 pitches in that at bat to Pineda that were in exactly the same place that Luis Allen was called out on.
Well, the one pitch was better. It was higher. End of the bat for Pineda. Branca fields it nicely. 3-quarter toss over to first to A.J. Kirby-Jones for the 2nd out of the inning.
Back to the top of the order, Brock Bond. Bircher delivers. It's high, ball 1.
You talked about it earlier. Rick Forney had to make a decision between Jake Blackwood and Ray Sadler. That was because Brock Bond came in during Blackwood's injury and just did a fantastic job at second base. And at the top of the order, Bond has formed just an awesome double play combination with Tyler Kuhn up the middle.
They played against each other in AAA. Kuhn and Bond knew each other.
Both really patient hitters. It's something we've talked about a lot.
Pitches in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Brock Bond. Coming in, hitting .343. Has yet to hit a home run. He has 18 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, struck him out. So Bircher cruising, 2 strikeouts in the inning. His 3rd and 4th strikeouts of the ball game. And the Goldeyes are up 1-2-3 in the 3rd. Nothing across for Winnipeg. We're going to go to the 4th inning now. It's Sioux Falls nothing, Winnipeg nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
On your FM dial. Please help Manitoba Pork, Fillmore Riley, and the Winnipeg Goldeyes support the Field of Dreams Foundation. You can help by donating your spare change at the Manitoba Pork Piggy Bank, by pledging a dollar amount per home strikeout, or by purchasing a Goldeyes license plate from your Auto Pack dealer.
Welcome back. I'm joined by Goldeyes manager Rick Forney. He's the tall one. Rick, your impressions of the game thus far?
So far, so good. Both pitchers look really good. Both throwing a lot of strikes, keeping the ball down in the zone, inducing a lot of ground balls. So hopefully we can force their guy into a couple mistakes as the game progresses.
When you're doing your recruiting in the offseason, I guess you don't really know how things are going to play out, but did you have an inkling you'd have a team like the one you have?
It's all a big guessing game. It's a gamble with every person you sign, but you got to have some good fortune to put together a season like we've put together so far. So they're good players, but we're having some good fortune too.
Thanks for this. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, man.
Rick Forney. Guys?
Thank you, Mike Beauregard, and thank you, Rick Forney. Back to the top of the order for the Sioux Falls Canaries here in the 4th inning. It'll be Steve Tinoco, Brandon Jones, and A.J. Kirby Jones.
Rick Forney didn't want to take a lot of credit, and a lot of what he said, everything he said is true, but he did put together a team that was very solid.
He knew in March. We had a couple of conversations, Rick and I, over the winter. And like most baseball guys, he doesn't like to jinx things. And that's the way they think. They think in terms of superstitions and jinx. There's one fouled off. 2 strikes to Tinoco. But he thought he had a pretty good ball club. He thought he had put together some real nice players on this team.
Sure, but the reason why he cautions is because you just never know how players are going to gel and mix together, and you could have an injury or you could be too good, and 5 guys get picked up by affiliated organizations. So
that pitch is on the corner for strike 3. What a beautiful pitch. 3rd strikeout of the game for Ethan Hollingsworth. Joe Bircher, who has pitched extremely well, has 4.
Another fastball in the outer half. Good sinking action to that. Luis Allen frames it perfectly on the outside corner, outside of the outside corner, and it leads to the 3rd strikeout of the game for Hollingsworth.
So here's Brandon Jones. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman Bond his first trip. First pitch is in there for strike 1. And Hollingsworth is getting ahead of hitters, and that's what every Goldeyes starting pitcher says. I just try to get ahead. Always want to be pitching from ahead.
Just done a great job of changing speeds, working in and out. Very good command in the early going.
1-1, the count to Brandon Jones. Pitch is low, curveball, misses, 2-1.
Hollingsworth from Joliet, Illinois. He's an LS5, 6'2", 200 pounds.
Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Luis Allen, 2-2 to count.
Good sinker right there.
Hollingsworth's fastball is hit into right field and dropped for a base hit. Not hit hard, but it's dumped into right field for a single. First hit of the game for Sioux Falls here in the 4th inning. 1 on, 1 out. It'll bring up A.J. Kirby Jones.
10 up and 10 down before the first base hit of the game for the Canaries. Fastball down, sat on it nicely, flared it into right field for a base hit in front of Josh Mazzola.
Antoine Jarrell, Kirby Jones. Swing and a miss. Boy, was that a swing.
He doesn't get cheated up there. I like that about A.J. Kirby Jones.
Hitting .286 on the season with 22 home runs, 64 driven in. And there's one popped up a mile in the air. It's into foul territory. It's going to be a tough play for everybody. Casey Harther can't make the play. It's hit a mile in the air over by the right field stands. Mazzola couldn't get there. He wasn't going to have time to get over. He's playing A.J. Kirby-Jones in the gap.
It's in a bit of a tough spot for Harther because it's over his shoulder. Didn't take a very solid route to get there. Seemed like he was a little bit concerned about how close he was. Not as much. The other day we talked about the communication. You got room, you got room. He didn't hear that in that situation. That could have impacted Harther on that play right there.
0-2 the count. Here's the pitch, high and outside. Ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the home run hitter in this ball club. Although Chris Duffy can hit it out too. He has 14.
And again, no chance for Brock Bond to get there. He's playing double play depth up the middle. Harther was the only one who had a chance. Ball just got over his shoulder.
Travis Denker of Laredo leads the league in home runs with 24. Ian Gack from Lincoln has 22. He's tied with A.J. Kirby-Jones. Brent Cleveland has 19, and Reggie Abercrombie is 5th with 17. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Good job by Luis Allen.
Not a lot of homers for Gack in the second half, though.
That's
Came
right.
here
He
to
got
the
off
All-Star
that
game
big
with
start.
a large lead.
Has
or
tailed
significant
off.
lead.
2 balls and 2 strikes to the slugging Kirby-Jones. Brandon Jones leads off first base, being held by Casey Harther. Here's the pitch. That could be the 3rd strike. Yes, indeed. Art Thigpen rings him up. The 4th strikeout, 2nd of the inning for Hollingsworth. A.J. Kirby-Jones goes down on strikes, and here comes Chris Duffy.
Yeah, there's no question that he went on this situation here. He's way past the plate. Art Thigpen agrees.
He did. He rung him up. 2nd strikeout of the inning. 4th of the game. Here's Duffy. Left-handed hitting Chris Duffy 0 for 1. He grounded out. And there's another ground ball to Brock Bond. That bat is broken. And that's the final out of the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. Both teams have a single hit in this ball game. The Goldeyes will get their shot in the 4th inning. It's Sioux Falls nothing, Winnipeg nothing. Scott Taylor, Ken Wiebe, and Mike Beauregard live from Shaw Park. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
As you look at Shaw Park, downtown Winnipeg, it's the Goldeyes nothing, the Sioux Falls Canaries nothing. Joe Bircher works into his 4th inning. Still a great shot from center field. So we'll go down to field level. Mike Beauregard and Steve Shirley, the manager of the Sioux Falls Canaries.
We're joined by Sioux Falls manager Steve Shirley. Steve, your assessment of what you've seen to date in this game?
Well, right now it's a pitcher's duel. Both guys are throwing the ball pretty well, so it looks like if we can get on the board, see what happens.
I know it's been a long season in Sioux Falls. Can you put your finger on what's ailed you this season?
Well, we haven't played very well, but you know, I mean, we go out and play hard. You know, I mean, the guys will go out and play hard every game, so I mean, I appreciate the effort.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, Steve Shirley, let's go back upstairs.
Thank you very much, Mike Beauregard. Steve Shirley, former pitching coach of the Winnipeg Goldeyes. Great friend of Rick Forney's. And it's been a tough year for Steve Shirley in Sioux Falls. And the local paper has been calling for his head. It's been a very, very difficult last few weeks for Steve.
Yeah, how quickly they forget about a championship.
That's right.
That was delivered.
They forget. Here's Jake Blackwood to face Joe Bircher for the 2nd time today. Blackwood struck out back in the 1st inning. Blackwood hitting .311. Makes his home in Kansas City. There's one hit into right field. Steve Tinoco comes on, makes the catch. First out of this 4th inning, it'll bring up Tyler Kuhn.
Real good pitcher's duel we got going here, Scott.
Both pitchers dealing. Tyler Kuhn has the only hit of the game for Winnipeg, with 2 out in the first inning.
Kuhn is having one of the most impressive seasons in quite some time here for a Goldeyes hitter.
It's going to be interesting to see whether it's Kuhn or Harther as the MVP. That's going to come right down to the wire, right down to the last day. Fan Appreciation Day on September 1st with the Gary South Shore Railcats in town.
They could make a pretty good case for either player.
There's a little bunt foul down the third baseline. Kuhn trying to bunt his way on. It's interesting with Gary coming to town. If Gary can hold on and win their division, they won't even have to leave likely. The league will likely let Gary stay and play Winnipeg, and Wichita will head south and play Laredo.
Oh, is that right?
Well, Wichita should get the wild card team. They're the best overall team in the league, no question about that. With a record, by the way, of 64-27. 37 games over 500.
Impressive season by them as well. That's actually a break for Gary that they don't have to travel to Winnipeg. They'll already be here.
There's a ground ball up the middle. Lind handles it. Can't get it done, and Tyler Kuhn is safe. We'll see how Steve Eitzen calls it. He's going to give Tyler Kuhn a hit. An infield single for Tyler Kuhn. A little trouble on the transfer here, Kenny.
Yeah, it was a tough play for the second baseman. Looks like he had it and lost the handle a little bit. So you could make the argument that it was a slight physical error, but again, good hustle by Kuhn.
Tyler Kuhn's trying to finish second and hitting Casey.
Oh, I'm sure that did. And Steve didn't get a look at the replay either.
Let's go to an interview that Mike Beauregard did with Casey Harther before the game. And there is a long fly ball to center field, and it's caught Chris Valencia right back on the warning track. We'll get to that interview in his next at bat. Swinging on the first pitch. We didn't even get to talk to him. He just hit Valencia.
Too fast.
So 2 away, and here comes Reggie. Reggie last night 1 for 5, but it was an impressive one. A home run with a runner on base, a 2-run bomb. Gave the Goldeyes a 12-4 lead at the time. They won at 12-6. First pitch to Reggie is fouled onto the roof for strike 1.
Abercrombie, the former big leaguer. Houston Astros and then Florida Marlins.
And former Sioux Falls Canaries champion in this league. Bircher making sure that Tyler Kuhn isn't thinking about stealing a base. Tyler Kuhn is a pretty good base stealer. He has 10 on the year.
He caught only twice.
Pitch by Bircher, misses outside. 1-1 to Reggie. Reggie hitting .287. 5th in the league in home runs with 17. 67 runs batted in. That should put him in the top 5 in the RBI category as well. Yes, he's tied for 4th. This one fouled at a play.
It's a great battle between Abercrombie and Harther for the team RBI lead. Abercrombie with the 67, Harther with 65.
Travis Denker of Laredo leads in that category as well. He leads in home runs and runs batted in. He has 81. Brent Cleveland has 77. Henry Wrigley, who was just traded, has 71. Wrigley traded from St. Paul to Gary. Kuhn going down to second, and he steals it. Tyler Kuhn steals second base on ball 2 to Reggie Abercrombie. 11th steal of the year for Tyler Kuhn.
Good jump by Tyler Kuhn against the left-hander. Good pitch to steal on. Curveball in the dirt. Decent throw, but Kuhn is in there before the tag can be applied from Sam Lind. 11th steal, as Scott mentioned. Get himself in scoring position.
There's a ground ball up the middle. It gets through for a base hit. Here's the first run of the ball game. Tyler Kuhn rounds third base and scores. A base hit and a stolen base for Kuhn. Sets it up for Reggie. Abercrombie knocks it through the middle, and the Goldeyes lead it 1-0.
Prime example of how you manufacture 2-out runs, Scott. Base hit by Kuhn. Infield single. Steals a bag. Base knock up the middle, as you're going to see. Just a nice piece of hitting. Fastball down in the zone. Abercrombie goes down and gets it. Hits it past a outstretched glove of Sam Lind. And it's an RBI that brings home Tyler Kuhn for the first run of this ball game.
So here's Donnie Webb with Reggie Abercrombie on first base.
Clutch hit right there.
And you can bet Reggie's thinking about stealing. He has 23. There's one hit, a flare, and it's caught by A.J. Kirby Jones. Nice effort. A little flare off the bat of Donnie Webb on that attempted bunt. Couldn't get it down, flared it off the opposite way, and A.J. Kirby Jones does a real nice job to make the catch. But 1 run on 2 hits, no errors and 1 left. The Goldeyes manufacture a run in the 4th inning. They take a 1-0 lead. Goldie has his slicker on. Safeway Goldeyes baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway. Goldeyes Home Run Gang membership. For more information, call 982-BASE.
So Goldie with a nice comfortable spot.
It's a good idea for Donnie Webb. He's been struggling at the plate, trying to get one down again. He got a little bit too much of that bunt right there, but you got to appreciate the fact he's trying to get himself out of the drought. And, with the speed that he has, one way to try to do that is with the bunt. Didn't work out, but like the creativity right there.
It was a tough pitch to bunt, and
definitely up.
Said the bat a little under it, flared it to A.J. Kirby Jones, who made a nice catch.
Indeed, he did.
It was a tough
tracked
play
it nicely
for Kirby Jones. So we'll go to the top of the 5th inning. For Sioux Falls, it'll be Carlos Mendez, Chris Valencia, and Steven Branca, 3 pretty good hitters. Mendez comes in hitting .263, Valencia .317, and he is red hot. Steven Branca .267. Well, immediately after this game, the Goldeyes will head out onto the road. They'll get in the bus and go all the way to St. Paul for 3 games this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in St. Paul. And then they'll come home to face Gary on Friday night at 7, Saturday at 6, Sunday at 1:30, and then Monday, September 1st, the final game of the year, Fan Appreciation Night right here at the ballpark, and then the playoffs start September 3rd. So Mendez digs in. Here's the pitch by Hollingsworth. It misses low, ball 1.
And that figures to be an exciting extended series, if you will, against the Gary South Shore Railcats.
Could very well be. It's either going to be Gary or Lincoln. There's a chopper foul down the 3rd baseline. Not fouled by much. Gary has a 1-game lead over Lincoln. Lincoln's 3-7 in his last 10. What a time to go into a slump. It's like poor St. Paul. They're 3-7 in their last 10, while the Goldeyes have gone 9-1 to wrap it up. 1-1 to Mendez. There's the pitch, off-speed pitch right back up the middle, hit hard for a base hit. Solid single to center for Mendez. He hung the curveball. Mendez just hit it right back at him. So the leadoff man is on here in the top of 5.
Hadn't been too many hard hit balls yet. Hanging curve. Hollingsworth can't get the glove up in time. It's up the middle for a base hit, the 2nd of the game for the Canaries.
And here comes white-hot Chris Valencia, hitting .385 in his last 10, .450 in his last 5, 9 for 20 heading into this game. He's 0 for 1, so 9 for 21. That's still pretty good. First pitch to Valencia misses low, ball 1. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Goldeyes lead at 1-0. Hollingsworth delivers, and there's one fouled off the other way. 1-1 to Valencia.
Valencia's so loose, he's blowing bubbles in the middle of an at-bat. I like it. That's how you're the hottest hitter in your club in the 2nd half of the season.
1-1 the count to Chris Valencia. Mendez with a good lead, and there's a ground ball to Brock Bond. Over to Kuhn for 1. Back to first, the double play. 4-6-3. A tailor-made double play for Brock Bond.
Talked about this defensive combination earlier, Scott. Nice job of the umpire to get out of the way. Bond scoops it, underhand flip to Kuhn, touches the back of the bag, gets it over to Harther for the twin killing.
So quickly, 2 away. That was right where Bond was playing. He hit it right at him. Here's Branca. First pitch to Stephen Branca, swinging a foul tip. 1 strike to the shortstop of the Sioux Falls Canaries. From 1 on and nobody out quickly to nobody on and 2 out.
Pitcher's best friend.
Pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Branca. This is record-setting time for the Goldeyes. They have a number of players who are on the verge of setting club records or personal records. Of course, a franchise record with Tyler Kuhn's first hit. Now it's 138. Breaks that record every time he hits safely.
You can be sure there'll be a few more of those before this season is out.
There's a pop-up foul on a play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Stephen Branca. Luis Allen trying desperately to get another double.
Yes, indeed.
He's worked a long time on that double. He tied Phelan Lentini's franchise record for most doubles earlier this season. Lentini had 123 doubles in 5 years with the Goldeyes. There's one fouled off again. Allen tied it on July 27th at Gary. He'd gone 18 games without a double. He's gone 23 games since without a double.
It's a long time.
So they're tied for the franchise.
And he nearly
lead.
had one, but he was gunned out at second by Joe Dunnigan.
That was a throw, wasn't it?
Beautiful 1 hopper.
Off-speed pitch is in there for strike 3. Twice now Branca has gone down looking. Strikeout number 5 for Ethan Hollingsworth. Boy, is Hollingsworth dealing. No runs on a hit, no errors, nobody left. The double play erased the single. It's Winnipeg 1, Sioux Falls nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
When it comes to sports, we all like to watch the Jets and Blue Bombers, but there are many of you who also like to follow university, high school, even semi-pro sports. From high school volleyball and basketball championships, Bison athletics, even Goldeyes baseball, we're happy to bring you the best and most comprehensive sports coverage at the community level. Why? Because we know it matters to you.
Art. Pure and simple.
So there's Joe Bircher, who has pitched extremely well today. The Goldeyes have 1 run on 3 hits, no errors. Canaries no runs on 2 hits. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. In a pitcher's duel on a damp, cool, windy afternoon here at Shaw Park. Overcast, although it looks like these clouds are going to continue to move north. It's a little brighter to the east. Here's Josh Mazzola to lead it off. It'll be Mazzola, Allen, and Pineda here in the 5th inning. As the Goldeyes try to add to this 1-0 lead. There's Bircher's first pitch, and it's high, ball 1. Joe Bircher is from Omaha, Nebraska. Played in Quad Cities in the Midwest League last year. Swing and a miss. Might have been a foul tip into the glove of Kevin Dultz, the catcher. 1 ball and 1 strike to Josh Mazzola.
Bircher had a pretty good year there last year as well. Scott 3-3 with a 4.15 ERA.
Pitch is low, 2-1.
2 seasons in the Houston Astros system. He went 7-7 with a 3.59 earned run average. Those are pretty good numbers.
Those are good numbers. Well, you got to wonder sometimes how organized baseball works. Jake Blackwood was an all-star and led his team in runs scored and RBIs last year in the Texas League and got released. So it happens.
Yes, it happens. Not like he's old, but Blackwood's age probably played a role in that release, I guess. Padres trying to get younger, but it's definitely not always a fair game in affiliated
Oh, no.
baseball.
I mean, I believe in the theory that if Major League Baseball teams played the absolute best players, how wonderful it would be. There's one in the gap. That's hit a ton by Mazzola. Will it get down? It does. Valencia kicks at it, picks it up, gets it back into the infield. It's a stand-up double for Josh Mazzola. It was hit pretty high, and Valencia is quick. He almost got there, but it got down, and that's a double for Mazzola.
Yeah, good range. Just a hard hit ball the other way. Curve ball in. Mazzola drives it the other way. You see Valencia thinks he might have a chance at it. He made up a lot of ground, but just can't run it down. Did a nice job of keeping it in front of him. The bounce off his leg. If that goes off his knee, it could go to all the way to the wall on the warning track, and Mazzola might have thought about going for third, but Mazzola has been dealing with that groin injury, so I don't think he was going to extend himself and risk injury.
So a double for Josh Mazzola. Fourth hit rather, of the ballgame for the Goldeyes. Mazzola's first hit of the game, and here's Luis Allen. Off-speed pitch, misses inside. Bircher thought that was pretty good. Ball one.
You can be pretty sure that Luis Allen's going to try to hit this ball on the ground to the right side, try to advance Mazzola. Sure, he'd love to get a single up the middle for a base hit and potentially score him, but if he can get something away, he'll try to hit to that right side and advance the runner.
Bircher delivers. It's shot foul. Pitch in the same place. That pitch has been tough on Goldeyes hitters all day.
And Bircher knows Allen wants to go to the right side. If you jam him inside of the fastball like that, it's pretty hard to find an inside-out swing to hit to right field.
The kids from B'nai B'rith enjoying the afternoon at the ballpark. They all got brand new ball caps. They're having fun today. 1-0 Goldeyes. Here's the pitch to Allen. He does go the other way, but it's a fly ball. Tinoco is going to make the catch, and Mazzola will tag up. Tinoco's throw back into the infield, and Mazzola goes on to third base, and you called it, Kenny, exactly what Luis Allen wanted to do, go the other way with it. He went deep enough and was able to allow Mazzola to tag and go to third.
Yeah, good piece of hitting. It won't go down as a sacrifice on his batting record, but it should. It's always funny the way that works. But again, people aren't worried about the stats. He did his job. He advanced the runner to third base, and the Goldeyes will have 2 cracks at getting him home from third.
First guy with an opportunity is Ryan Pineda, who's been hitting very, very well. Pineda's hitting .333 in his last 10 games coming into today, but this is the big number. .636 in the last 5. 6 for 11 coming in.
I think he's hoping his folks will stick around a little longer.
First pitch is in there for a strike. 1 strike to Pineda. Pineda grounded out to the shortstop his first trip. The infield is in. They're going to try to protect against this run in what is turning out to be a real pitcher's duel. There's his mom and dad.
And from Las Vegas.
Pitch is in there for a strike. So quickly, Bircher gets ahead 0-2.
And as a pitcher in this situation, when you have that runner at third, you want to get the strikeout if you can. Sioux Falls defense playing in, trying to prevent that runner from scoring.
Mazzola at third. Swing and a miss. Ball doesn't get far enough away from Dultz. He has to make the play to first base. He throws Pineda out. Pineda strikes out 2-3. Fish scoring. Mazzola goes nowhere. And he's still at third now with 2 out. 5th strikeout of the game for Joe Bircher. And here comes Brock Bond.
Infield will go back to regular depth with 2 down.
So Bond is 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to third, struck out in the third. The sun trying its best to come out here. As we play deep into this 5th inning. Dultz sets up outside. Here's the first pitch. It's on the corner for strike 1. Bond has had a pretty good week. 3 for 5 last night with 2 runs scored. Pitch misses low, 1-1. He was 0 for 3 in game 1 of the doubleheader, 1 for 3 in game 2. So he's had 4 hits in 11 trips heading into today. 0 for 2 today, so he's 4 for 13. There's one fouled off into the crowd. Count remains 1-2.
Bond has that great patience we talked about. 46 walks in now his 57th game. Almost a walk per game. It's just amazing patience, and that's the primary reason that Rick Forney has him hitting in that leadoff spot.
Bircher's pitches in the dirt. A couple of hops. Good job by Dultz to keep it in front of him.
And the flip side of that is that Tyler Kuhn, who started the season as leadoff man, has been a real good clutch hitter. Come through with a lot of 2-out RBIs, so that's why he's been moved into that 3-hole.
Could this possibly be sun we're seeing? It's getting brighter.
Pretty sure that is the sun indeed.
So Mazzola with a good lead off third base. Here's the pitch by Bircher, and there's a line drive base hit. Brock Bond delivers his 19th run batted in the season. A solid single the opposite way to right field. Mazzola comes home, and the Goldeyes take a 2-0 lead.
Another real good at bat, real good patience by Brock Bond. Sized up Bircher. Got a curveball away. Went with the pitch, dumps it into right field past the second baseman, Lind, for an RBI single. Extends the lead.
19th run batted into the year for Bond. First hit of the ball game. Mazzola scores, and the Goldeyes lead at 2-0. There's Jake Blackwood, who's also 0 for 2. This third time around, when you get to look at a pitcher for the third time in a ball game, quite often this is where you're either going to be successful or the pitcher has got you that day. There's a pitch that's in there, 1 strike to Blackwood.
Good change-up right there from Bircher. Goldeyes done a nice job of sort of sitting on that off-speed curveball. Done a nice job hitting it the other way.
And they just picked off Brock Bond at first base. What a great throw by Bircher. Kirby Jones got the tag down. There's no argument from Bond. He's out 1-3, picked off. And that does it for the Goldeyes in the 5th inning. But they get a run on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left in the end. But Joe Bircher picks off Brock Bond at first base. And we'll go on to the 6th inning. It's Winnipeg 2, Sioux Falls nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
To us at Shaw TV, community isn't just an area of the city, it's the people who make up our Winnipeg. Shaw TV's Go Winnipeg covers your event better than anyone else, telling your story thoroughly and uniquely. We try to look past the simple facts for what really makes a connection for our viewers. And we prefer to focus on the happy stories that matter most at our community level. That's what I like most about working at Shaw TV.
Welcome back. It's 2-0 for the Goldeyes over Sioux Falls. Time to take a look at the American Association Save Leaders, brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. And an outstanding season for Marshall Schuler of Lincoln. He has 33 saves, 10 up on Matt Navarez of Wichita and Dakota Watts with 21 out of Grand Prairie. Chris Kizik of the Goldeyes has 16 saves on the season. His last one, a critical one, as the Goldeyes clinched the playoff spot on Friday night. The American Association Save Leaders are brought to you by Manitoba Hydro. Manitoba Hydro encourages all consumers to save energy and be power smart by using Energy Star appliances.
I would say that Marshall Schuler has a lock on the saves championship in this league.
Well, he should, considering Navarez is
no
no
longer
longer
games
in
left
the league.
for anybody to catch him. Matt Navarez is no longer in Wichita. He's in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization. And with a 12-save lead, nobody is going to catch Marshall Schuler. So here's Ethan Hollingsworth to work into the 6th inning. He'll face Lind, Dultz, and then back to the top of the order in Tinoco. First pitch to Sam Lind is in there for strike 1.
Another really impressive outing from Ethan Hollingsworth. He was brought in to be the staff ace of the Goldeyes club. It's a time at AA and AAA.
There's one foul back.
Twice he's been to the Pacific Coast League World Series, didn't win, or championship, pardon me, didn't win it either time, but He's hoping maybe this year will bring him the ring he's been coveting.
Hollingsworth ahead in the count, 0-2 to Sam Lind. Pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lind in today's game is 0 for 1. He grounded out first base to the pitcher back in the 3rd inning. Hit a big high hopper to Casey Arthur. And had a race with Hollingsworth to the bag. Pretty close. It's the pitch. That misses outside. 2-2.
Got to think that Hollingsworth's probably going to get the ball in game 1 or 2 of the playoffs. I think if the guys stay on regular rest, he'd get Wednesday's game.
It's interesting with a day off tomorrow. Here's Hollingsworth's pitch to Lind. It's foul the other way. The day off tomorrow, Rick Forney has not announced any pitcher for the St. Paul series.
All right, he's got a chance now to set his rotation. You'd think you'd want to go with either Nick Hernandez, Ethan Hollingsworth. He's got lots of options. Chris Alameda, obviously, he'd be comfortable with him starting game 1 as well. But I think if he keeps his pitchers on regular rest, it would be Hollingsworth in game 1. But as you mentioned, the day off sort of leaves a bit of a question mark in that situation.
There's one ripped by Lind. That is deep, and it is off the base of the wall. Now Mazzola's going to have a play at second base. Here's the throw, and it wasn't handled by Kuhn. Mazzola's got a gun out there, and Lind drilled it off the wall. He hit it hard, right off the base of the fence. Mazzola fielded it cleanly and made a great throw, but Kuhn couldn't quite get the ball in his glove to make the tag, and it's a double for Sam Lind.
Good piece of hitting. That was the pitch down in the dirt. Fielded nice. That ball hit the wall so hard that Mazzola thought he had a good shot at getting the runner. Lind at second. As you mentioned, Kuhn couldn't get the tag down. I don't think he would have got him anyways. It would have been a close play.
Here's Kevin Dultz. First pitch to Dultz is on the corner. A fastball at 84 for strike 1. So now Sioux Falls with an opportunity to get to Hollingsworth. They have a runner at second with nobody out here in the 6th. They've got 14 innings against Hollingsworth without scoring a run. There's a pop-up. A play.
Here's actually the look at the double. Scott, good piece by Lind, good piece of hitting. Zola fields it pretty cleanly here off the wall. Pretty good throw to second base. Kuhn can't come up with it. Would have been close. I think he would have been in there.
Here's Hollingsworth's pitch. That just misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dultz. It was a pretty good throw.
Good effort.
All Kuhn was trying to do was just grab it out of the air and get the tag on as quickly as he could. And he was making the tag before he had the ball in his glove.
Needed the sweep tag on the leg because the head first slide looked like he was going to get those hands in there safely, but it would have been a very close play.
Hollingsworth and Dultz both step out at the same time. Lind at second, nobody out, top of the 6th. Hollingsworth delivers. The curveball is in there for strike 3, and Dultz knew it. Dultz caught looking. 6th strikeout of the game for Hollingsworth. First out of this inning. No runner on second, 1 out. And here comes Steve Tinoco. Now we go to the top of the order, and there are some good hitters coming up to face Ethan Hollingsworth. Tinoco hitting .288, then Brandon Jones at .262, and of course Brandon Jones got the first hit of the ball game today for Sioux Falls.
Speaking with Jamie Vermillion, the Goldeyes pitching coach, earlier in the week, because Hollingsworth missed those 3 or 4 weeks with that ankle injury, he's really fresh at this time of the year. He's sort of in his mid-season form right now, where some of his pitchers had gone through that tough stretch where they maybe go through that dead arm syndrome. But
there's a ground ball, tough play for Blackwood, takes it on the backhand, fires to first, and a good job by Casey Arthur to dig it out of the dirt. Blackwood's made 2 good plays down there on his backhand at third base, and Arthur's made 2 great digs at first.
Yeah, no question about that. And that's a huge advantage for Hollingsworth to be going into the stretch drive so sharp. Good pitch down in the zone. Tinoco got a good piece of it. Blackwood fields it easily on the backhand, fires it across the diamond, and again, another real good scoop by Casey Arthur over at first base.
So that's 2 away, and here's Brandon Jones, a very dangerous left-handed hitter. Lind still at second. Here's the first pitch by Hollingsworth, the off-speed pitch. Is that a splitter, sinker that he throws? About 80 miles an hour. Doesn't look like a change.
Yeah, that's I'm not 100% sure. It looked like maybe a sinker right there.
It was a great pitch.
Two-seam sinker.
1 strike to Jones. Allen sets up way inside. He's going to see the fastball in there, and he gets it. 1-1 the count to Jones.
Hollingsworth made his first start on June 21st. So he's pretty sharp right now. He was frustrated. He suffered that ankle injury while shagging fly balls in the outfield. Came back really strong. 7-1 coming into this contest.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That's inside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, must have been a 2-seam sinker earlier. Fastball, the 4-seamer's around 85 to 87.
2 balls and 1 strike to Brandon Jones. Hollingsworth gets the sign from Luis Allen. Fastball hit the other way, foul. 2-2. Got that one to 87. Threw that a little harder, and he's been throwing the ball all day. And a happy fan with a baseball this afternoon. He's got his B'nai B'rith hat on. It's B'nai B'rith Day at the ballpark today. Thanks to Earl Barish for all the great work he does, especially around the ballpark. 2-2 the count to Brandon Jones. Here's the pitch, and there's one popped over our heads. Count remains 2-2. Earl Barish, the chairman of Salisbury House, and of course the former national board chairman for B'nai B'rith. Started this B'nai B'rith game when he owned the Winnipeg Cyclone, the basketball team. He's brought it to baseball and had 4 or 5 great years with Earl Barish. 2-2 the count. Off-speed pitch is in there for strike 3. What a great pitch by Ethan Hollingsworth. His 7th strikeout of the game, 2nd of the inning. And a leadoff double. Do you believe in the curse of the leadoff double?
I do not.
Let's watch this pitch.
Great curve, just sharp break right there at the knees on the outside corner, and Jones takes a seat.
No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 man left. We've played 5.5 to go to the bottom of the 6th. It's the Winnipeg Goldeyes 2, Sioux Falls Canaries nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball. Scott Taylor, Ken Weed, Mike Beauregard. Glad you could join us on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
From Ranger Insurance, this is Winnipeg on the Go, your weekly event listings keeping you connected to our community. Artapalooza is an afternoon of performance and whimsy brought to you by Art City's Green Art program. All summer long, participants have been composing songs, building sets, and creating costumes for this performance. For more information, please visit artcityinc.com. Back for another year, the Prairie Barge Festival is a 2-day celebration of the music, art, and culture of the Manitoba and Saskatchewan prairies. To learn more about this event, please visit theforks.com. Okemuk Marsh is hosting a Labor Day weekend adventure featuring canoeing, horse-drawn wagon rides, birding marsh walks, and sonic sleuth walks. For more information, please visit okemukmarsh.ca. A dining experience for the adventurous. Dine in the Dark is a journey of the senses. Guests will be blindfolded before their meals arrive, allowing the other 4 senses to take over. For more information, please visit cnib.ca. Would you like your event listed on television and online? Send your listing to Shaw TV Winnipeg at shaw.ca or visit our website shaw.ca/shawtv/Winnipeg. Winnipeg on the Go is brought to you by Ranger Insurance.
Welcome back to the ballpark. It's B'nai B'rith Day here at Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. Jake Blackwood will lead it off, followed by Tyler Kuhn and Casey Harther. We go into the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch by Bircher, misses outside for ball 1.
Talked about Hollingsworth a lot, Scott, but Bircher's had himself a pretty solid afternoon here. Just once again, as we mentioned, he's been cursed by a lack of run support.
There's a line shot into the corner in left field. That could be 2. Blackwood rounds first. He'll be able to stand up at second base. A leadoff double for Jake Blackwood. You don't believe in the curse of the leadoff double?
No,
I don't believe
ridiculous.
in any of those things, but let's see what happens.
It's ridiculous.
This is ripped.
Should never be penalized for doing something well. Good piece of hitting. Curveball in. Turned on by Blackwood. Gets himself a stand-up double. Hitting safely now for the 18th time in 19 games. Pretty impressive stretch after that 16-game hitting streak.
And he started a new one, 2 straight now. Off-speed pitch to Kuhn is on the corner for strike 1.
19 doubles on the season. Pretty impressive considering it's just his 76th game.
He overcame some ankle problems as well. Boy, did he get hot in the month of August. Wow. 1 strike to Tyler Kuhn. Here's the pitch. That's in there for strike 2. So the fastball at 86. Right down the middle, and it's 0-2.
Goldeyes have 4 players with 20 or more doubles. Blackwood now with 19. Another example at depth through the order, 1 through 9.
Bircher checks Blackwood. Here's the pitch. And it's foul back, just protecting the plate. When you're as good a hitter as Tyler Kuhn, you don't want that ball to go fair. You're not going to be able to hit it very hard. You're just trying to get the bat on it.
Yep, just trying to stay alive in that situation, and he was able to do so.
Here's Bircher's pitch. That's low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Kuhn, who is 2 for 2 today. And he headed in hitting .361.
Big hole between first and second. If he can get a pitch on the inside, he can turn on.
There's one hit the other way, foul. Kuhn did a line drive the other way. He had a big double that way the other night, drove in a run. And it was the winning run in that game 2 of the doubleheader we did right here on Shaw TV. Great bit of hitting by Kuhn in that situation. Bircher's pitch, that's in the dirt, 2-2. Tyler Kuhn this season has 41 walks. Donnie Webb has 40, and of course, Brock Bond with 46, as Kenny pointed out. But he's done it in 57 games.
Impressive.
Bircher's pitch, low and outside, ball 3. So it was 0-2, and now Kuhn has worked the count to 3-2. He owes a lot of that to the tremendous job he did fouling the ball off on a pitch that might or might not have been a strike.
Kuhn has reached safely in 84 of 93 games. It's an awesome season.
There's a line drive back up the middle for a base hit. Around third comes Jake Blackwood. The throw to the plate. There is no play. It's cut off by Kirby Jones. Blackwood scores the 3rd run of the game. Another run batted in and another single for Kuhn, who's 3 for 3 today. And the Goldeyes take a 3-0 lead. Boy, Tyler Kuhn's had a great afternoon.
Just an absolute clutch hitter right here. The Goldeyes shortstop having a fantastic season. Real good piece of hitting. Fell behind, and as you mentioned, he stayed alive on that really tough pitch away to stay alive. Got it to 3-2. Got a pitch up in the zone, drilled it up the middle for an RBI single.
So Kuhn's at first, and here's the interview that Mike Beauregard did with Casey Harther before the game.
Casey, you're leading the league with a .380 batting average. You're about to eclipse all your offensive numbers from last year. What are you doing slightly better this year?
I think I just know the league a little better and how they're approaching pitching me. You know, I've worked a lot on my swing this year with Tom, the hitting coach, and it's paying off right now in the field. I mean, obviously you need some luck when you're hitting that high, but you know, it's a good streak I went on, and hopefully I end on a strong note.
What does your team have to do to bottle what you've got going right now into the playoffs?
I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're a pretty close-knit team. We have a lot of fun out here. You know, we're playing good baseball right now. We're getting good pitching, and that's what it takes to win playoff games, the good pitching and defense, and we just got to keep that going.
Thanks for your time.
No, thank you.
Casey Harther hits a rocket, 1 hop right at Lind at second base. It almost went over his glove, but Lind made the play cleanly, and it ended up being a 4-6-3 double play. So 2 out. Here's Abercrombie. And he hits it the other way, a flare, and Kirby Jones has a chance to get to it, and he just can't. He, again, didn't know where he was.
That was a bit of an odd play because he kind of pulled his glove away at the last second, Scott. You don't see that very often unless you're worried about running into the wall. Talked about it earlier about Tyler Kuhn, Scott. 375 with runners in scoring position this year.
Wow.
With 44 ribbies. And considering Kuhn hit in the leadoff spot for a good chunk of that first half of the year, that's just an awesome season he's having.
Pitch to Reggie is to the 3rd baseman, Mendez. 1 hopper. Mendez fires to first. And that'll do it for the Goldeyes in the 6th. But they get a run. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left. Tyler Kuhn erased on the double play. We played 6 complete in downtown Winnipeg. There you look at the city skyline from center field here at Shaw Park. It's Winnipeg 3, Sioux Falls nothing. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Join us on Shaw TV this fall for our 2014 Mayoral Forum, brought to you by Winnipeg Realtors. We'll be live from the Franco-Manitoban Cultural Center, October 9th at 7 p.m. Have a say in our city's next mayor. Join the conversation online at Shaw TV Winnipeg, #YourMayor. Your Mayor, the 2014 All Candidates Mayoral Forum, only on Channel 9, Shaw TV.
Scott Taylor, Ken Weeb, Mike Beauregard back at Shaw Park in downtown Winnipeg. To lead it off here in the 7th inning for Sioux Falls will be A.J. Kirby Jones. And before the game, Mike Beauregard had a chance to talk to the first baseman for the Sioux Falls Canaries.
Well, A.J., I take it it's been a long season in Sioux Falls?
Yeah, it's been a long year, but, you know, baseball is a great game, and I love coming out to the field every day and enjoy it. Being able to compete and getting out on the field, and I love what I do.
Now, you joined the Canaries a couple of weeks into the season after 4 years in affiliated ball. It looks like you've adjusted pretty quickly, second in the league in home runs.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get better at my game and have a good approach as I go along, and try to get good pitches to hit and go in every night, compete, and just try to do my job.
Thanks for this.
You're welcome.
Antoine Jarrell, Kirby Jones, who will lead it off here in this 7th inning for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Ethan Hollingsworth has been cruising, has a 3-0 lead, but it is never easy against Kirby Jones.
No, indeed not. Looked like Kirby Jones was interested in going a few more rounds with Mike Beauregard in that interview there.
I think he wanted
to continue.
Longer.
I think he enjoyed the TV love.
There's one lined the other way. That could be a double. It is fair. Round in the corner, Mazzola picks it up. It'll be a 2-base hit to lead it off here in the 7th inning for Kirby Jones. A line shot the opposite way. His 2 most impressive hits in this series have been the opposite way.
And the scouting report was that he has great power to the opposite field. It's been very impressive showing.
So here's Chris Duffy with a runner at second, nobody out. Goldeyes leading at 3-0. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Hollingsworth kicks and delivers. It's on the corner for strike 1.
Hollingsworth hasn't been in trouble often, but good to be in these situations with the playoffs just around the corner. You know, you're going to have runners on against you in the playoffs, most likely. Got to pitch out of some jams.
Pitch low. Fastball at 86, 1-1 the count.
Still good velocity here as he works into the 7th inning.
Good lead for Kirby Jones at second base. Here's the pitch, and that's lined hard right at Josh Mazzola. Mazzola gets it back in the infield, but Kirby Jones is able to tag and go on to third base. So a line out, a hard hit ball off the bat of Duffy. It was just about right at Mazzola. As good an arm as he has, there was no way he was going to get it all the way to third base to get Kirby Jones, so he tags, and now we have a runner at third with 1 away.
Good piece hitting by Duffy, knowing he had to get the runner over to third. Obviously, he'd love a base hit there in that situation, down by 3 runs, but advanced the base runner nonetheless. Going to give Mendez a chance to try to drive him in here with just 1 out.
So Carlos Mendez has a hit in this ball game, a single back in the 5th inning. 4 hits now for the Canaries. Goldeyes will give up a run for an out, and there's a ground ball to Tyler Kuhn at short. In to score comes Kirby Jones. Mendez is out at first base. And it's 3-1. An RBI ground out for Carlos Mendez.
And we talk about small victories for a team like Sioux Falls that has been struggling through a tough season. Almost 30 games under 500. You get a leadoff double, get him over, get him in. It's it's a little thing, but it's execution, and that's what Steve Shirley wants to see from his team. Easy grounder to Kuhn, crossed the diamond, but did the job. Got that run in, makes it a 2-run game.
Pitch low, ball 1 to Chris Valencia. Valencia 0 for 2, hit into a double play in the 5th, struck out back in the 2nd. He has been the hottest hitter in this lineup. The Sioux Falls center fielder hitting 6th in the order. Here's the pitch. That's on the corner, 1-1.
Hollingsworth has worked into the 7th inning, where later in each of his past 4 starts. No stranger to going deep into ball games.
Nobody up in the Goldeyes bullpen. There's a long fly ball, and it is out of here. Chris Valencia hit that a ton. That's over the tent and onto the road. Whoa, did he crush that. A solo home run for Chris Valencia. And just like that, it's 3-2.
Wow, that ball is launched. Tyler Kuhn hit one deep the other day, but Chris Valencia with his 6th home run of the year. And Goldeyes fans appreciate it, and they applaud.
Home Run is presented by Home Run Sports, proud sponsors of your Winnipeg Goldeyes. Visit Home Run Sports, located at 20 de la Seigneurie Boulevard.
Fastball up in the zone. Valencia turns on it, and he knew it. He provided a bat flip, and Josh Mazzola just turns around and admires it.
Wow, that was crushed. So now we got a ball game. It's 3-2 here in the 7th inning. Here comes Steven Branca, the shortstop, and up throwing is Chris Kissick. First pitch to Branca is low for ball 1.
Hollingsworth has been in control, but the last couple innings he's been leaving a couple pitches up over the plate, and they've been hit pretty hard. Couple doubles and a homer.
Sorry, Kenny. Chris Kissick warming up with Josh Drews, the bullpen catcher. Hollingsworth outside. 3 balls and no strikes now to Steven Branca. And the really, really tough out, Sam Lind, is on deck. Hollingsworth's fastball is right down the middle for a strike. 3-1, the count now to Branca. Sam Lind, a left-handed hitter, has been tough on Goldeyes righties. There's one chopped at the plate, strike 2.
Hollingsworth doing his best to battle through. He's had a very good outing nonetheless, just giving up the 5 hits. 2 doubles though, and one of them left the yard.
So I'm sensing we're going to see Kissick and then Lafferty today in that order. It's been Lafferty and Kissick most of the season.
Lafferty does have those 5 saves, though, I believe.
Off-speed pitch, drilled right back up the middle for a solid single to center. And you mentioned Hollingsworth leaving the ball up.
His location has been excellent for the majority of the ball game, but the last couple innings here, there again, curveball right over the heart of the plate. And Branca, the professional hitter, just drills it up the middle. Jamie Vermillier going to come out and talk about it a little bit with his battery.
So Jamie Vermillier, former Toronto Blue Jays relief pitcher and the Goldeyes pitching coach, is going to come out and have a chat with Ethan Hollingsworth. Knowing Rick Forney, he very much wants to see Hollingsworth finish the inning and have a shot at the win. Then he can bring in Kissick and Lafferty to finish it up. However, Sam Lind is a tough out. He had a double his last time up. And Branca is a very good runner. Hollingsworth gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Misses outside ball 1.
Got to give the Canaries credit for battling back, down 3-0, put up a couple runs here in the 7th to make things interesting.
There's a pitch that misses. 2 balls and no strikes to a young man from Hartford, South Dakota. Not Hartford, Connecticut, Hartford, South Dakota. Played his college ball at Cumberland University. and won the 2014 NAIA World Series.
Well done.
There's a pitch high for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. He fell behind Branca 3-0. And has Ethan Hollingsworth, who was so brilliant Thursday night, hit the wall.
This is going to be his last batter, whether he gets on base or not, is my
Rick
best
is
guess.
on the edge of the steps. Pitch misses, ball 4, and here comes Rick Forney. A double by A.J. Kirby Jones. He scored on a ground out by Mendez. Then the solo homer by Valencia, a single by Branca, a walk to Lind, and that'll do it for Ethan Hollingsworth. And Chris Kissick will come in. Ethan Hollingsworth has a pretty good afternoon. He allows 2 runs on 6 hits, although both base runners are his responsibility. So Chris Kissick has to come in and pick him up.
Yeah, Goldeyes' bullpen's been very good this year, Scott, and Goldeyes are going to count on one of their very solid relievers in Chris Kissick to come on for the 43rd time this season. 0-4 record, 3.07 earned run average. He has 16 saves, as Mike Beauregard told you earlier. 41 innings pitched, 45 hits allowed, 14 earned runs, 10 walks, 41 strikeouts. He's given up 2 homers. Opponents hitting .276 against the right-hander from Fruitvale, British Columbia.
Played some junior hockey in Trail. Big hockey fan, big Canucks fan. 2 Canucks fans on this team, both Kissick and Lafferty, and they tend to go back-to-back when it comes to getting outs. Now this is a situation where there are 2 outs. So Rick Forney might ask Chris Kissick to get him 4 today.
Yep, certainly possible.
But he's definitely asking him to get one here in a 3-2 ball game. And yes, the Goldeyes have wrapped it up. Yes, they leave St. Paul by 11.5. But they don't want to lose ball games down the stretch.
That's all about building on good habits, Scott. They've had such a good month here. They want to go into the playoffs on a high note. Obviously, they have some breathing room, but it's all about playing the game the right way and building towards those September games that really matter.
So there are 2 away. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Runners at first and second. And the number 9 hitter, Kevin Dultz, the catcher, who was grounded out to third and struck out looking, will come in to face the Goldeyes closer, who has come in a little bit early today here in the 7th inning. And he'll face Kevin Dultz. Good lead at second base for Stephen Branca, who runs very well. Here's Kissick's first pitch, and there's a little flare. On comes Mazzola, and he makes the catch. 1 pitch is all Kissick needs. It wasn't hit very hard. Mazzola does a good job to come on and make the catch, and that does it for Sioux Falls in this 7th inning. Let's have another peek at this one.
Look, for a minute, this ball might have a chance to drop. Fastball in. About adults. Good jump by Mazzola. Picks it up for the 3rd out of the inning.
But 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 2 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It's the Goldeyes 3, Sioux Falls 2. Good ball game. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Welcome back to the ballpark. It's time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by The Dugout, the Goldeyes Souvenir Store, with 2 locations right here in Shaw Park, as Goldie and Goldette lead the fans through the 7th inning stretch. And that's the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by The Dugout, the Goldeyes Souvenir Store, 2 locations at Shaw Park. Thanks to Allison Pattison and Blair Hunter, Nikki O'Donnell, all the Goldeyes, hardworking fan services crew, along with Goldie and Goldette. Highlight of the ball game, the 7th inning stretch. Fans love it here. And we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Joe Bircher has pitched extremely well this afternoon. The Goldeyes have 3 runs on 7 hits. Sioux Falls with 2 runs on 6 hits. We have a 3-2 ball game. And for the Goldeyes here in the 7th, it'll be Donnie Webb, Josh Mazzola, and Luis Allen to face Bircher.
Look at that sunshine now.
It's a beautiful day now. The outfield is dried. You've probably noticed some of the marks in the outfield. A combination of a ton of rain and, of course, last weekend's barbecue and blues festival. Put the two things together, and the outfield has taken a beating over the last week. Here's Bircher's first pitch to Webb. It's in there for strike 1. Donnie Webb today 0 for 2. He grounded up to first back in the 2nd and then fouled out to the first baseman in the 4th. He was trying to get a bunt down, flared it to first baseman A.J. Kirby Jones. 3-2 Goldeyes lead it.
Sorry, starting to warm for the Canaries, Scott.
So a left-hander up for Sioux Falls. Chris Kissick will come in and pitch the 8th inning for the Goldeyes. Bircher's pitch misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Donnie Webb. We talked about guys who are patient hitters. Donnie Webb has 40 walks on the season. He's 3rd on the team. Bircher's pitch is hit the opposite way. It's a fly ball to Sunoco in right. He wanders over, makes the catch, and there's the first out of the 7th inning.
Bircher's been very good, Scott, but the deepest he's worked this season is 7 innings back on July 11th against Grand Prairie. Worked into the 7th on several other occasions, but this is the deepest he's worked in some time. Since July 17th.
Bircher's first pitch to Mazzola is high, ball 1. The sun out, a lot of fans have moved back onto the concourse. It's a great day for baseball. The wind has died down. It's not blowing quite as hard as it was. It's still blowing a little bit over the left field wall, but not much. And Brendan Lafferty is up throwing for the Goldeyes. Bircher's pitch is outside. 3 balls and no strikes to Mazzola. Mazzola has a double in 2 trips today. And that pitch misses by a lot, and Mazzola draws a walk. So Mazzola, who has had a double and scored a run, heads down to first base. And that'll bring up Luis Allen.
Good patience there by Mazzola. Get himself down and on base for the 2nd consecutive time.
So Luis comes in 0 for 2. He struck out looking in the 3rd and wasn't very happy about it. And then flied out to the right fielder Tinoco in the 5th.
One player we haven't seen this series, Scott, Ben Moore, the painter, former Goldeye.
You're right, former Goldeye. And there's a line shot foul. Boy, heads up down there, kids. That was hit very hard by Luis Allen.
Moore has been dealing with some arm trouble from what we've been able to gather. Canaries actually had to activate pitching coach Mike Meyer, the former St. Paul Saint. He's pitched in 4 games this year at a real nice 1.59 earned run average. Nice to have that kind of player.
Nice to have a pitching coach that good.
Pressed into duty, but probably enjoyed himself.
Bircher's pitch is on the corner. 2 strikes to Luis Allen. We're in the bottom of 7th. 3-2 Goldeyes lead it.
Bircher would love to get a ground ball here and get himself out of the inning.
There goes Mazzola. Swing and a miss, and Mazzola's caught. It was a hit and run. And Mazzola's in a rundown, and that'll do it. It'll be a strike him out, throw him out, as Mazzola's picked off of first base. And I'll have to see the replay to count who got the ball.
Allen commits. It's a 2-3, 6, 6-4?
Nope. 1. Nope, 6.
2-3-6. Caught stealing.
6 on the putout. It's a double play. Regardless, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We'll go to 8. Goldeyes have to get 6 more outs to win their 60th game of the year. Chris Kissick back on the mound. It's 3-2 Winnipeg. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Here's a look at the American Association standings, guys. The Goldeyes having won 12 of 13 with an 11.5 game lead on St. Paul. 8 consecutive victories. Gary and Lincoln battling for the Central Division title, just a game separating those two, and the Goldeyes will end up playing one of those two teams in the first round of the playoffs. In Wichita, right now, the class of the league statistically, and they appear primed for the playoffs, 8-2 in their last 10.
Laredo has 54 wins. They're 9.5 out.
I guess that's the thing. The Goldeyes could impact that Central Division.
Sure could in the final game of the final
series. If they can take 2 or 3 out of 4 against Gary, they could help Lincoln qualify for the playoffs, and Lincoln would have to get on the bus, travel to Winnipeg. Who knows?
There's nothing. Rick Forney likes Greg Taggart, but there's nothing he'd rather do to Gary than eliminate them from the playoffs and have Lincoln get on the bus.
Or even knock them into the wild card, because then they got to come from Winnipeg all the way to.
I don't think they're going to get enough wins because Laredo's going to get the wild card.
Good point.
So, yeah, it's either Gary or Lincoln, because Laredo's going to be the wild card team, and Wichita's got the South wrapped up. Winnipeg has the North wrapped out. There's only one battle left. Crowd's liking this one, though. Chris Kissick faces a tough part of the order. He gets Steve Tinoco, Brandon Jones, and A.J. Kirby Jones. This is not easy for Chris Kissick with Brendan Lafferty warming up. We're in the 8th. Kissick got the final out of the 7th. First pitch is low, ball 1. As Kenny told you, his big pitch is that splitter. The one that the ex-hockey player calls the split-E. Get the split-E going. And there was the splitty on the outside corner.
Mentioned Kissick's he's had a very strong season, but went through a bit of a tough spell there. Looking a lot sharper now. He's got a little bit more rest here in the last week or so.
Off-speed pitch is chopped to Jake Blackwood. Easy play for Blackwood. He fires to Harther for the first out of the inning. So they get Tinoco 5-3 to open it up. And here comes Brandon Jones.
Jake Blackwood's been busy over at the hot corner this afternoon, Scott. Split finger. Easy hopper to Blackwood. Rifles it across the diamond. A couple throws in the dirt. That one elevated a little bit, but Harther's a pretty big target over at first. Hauls it in.
One away here in the 8th inning. And then here's Brandon Jones. A tough out, and there's a line drive base hit. First pitch he sees, he lines into right center field for a single. He is a very tough out. That's his second hit of the ball game. He's 2 for 4 today. And here comes the very scary A.J. Kirby Jones.
Brandon Jones showing his pedigree right there with a nice good at-bat. Drills a single up the middle.
Brandon Jones has a major league home run off Irvin Santana. That's impressive.
Something you'd be more than happy to be telling your friends about when you're talking about your baseball career down the road.
So here's Kirby Jones with Jones on first base. First pitch is in there for strike 1.
Good fastball down and away from Kissick. Goldeyes closer. Tonight it looks like Brendan Lafferty will be the Goldeyes closer, but very good back end of the bullpen for the Goldeyes this season. And their bridge has been very good as well.
There's one foul back, so quickly Kissick gets ahead 0-2.
The bridge being the group of relievers that gets the ball to the 8th inning and 9th inning guys. Gabe Aguilar has been very good. Taylor Sioux.
Seward's been tremendous this year. So 0-2 the count to Kirby Jones. Comes the splitty. Just missed. Wow, that was a great pitch. Kissick can't believe it. That was a tremendous pitch, and neither could Luis Allen, who said something. Wow, that was a great pitch from Kissick. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kirby Jones. It's tough to throw 4 strikes by these guys. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. And on to second base goes Jones. There's the throw, and just got under the tag. Good throw, considering that it was in the dirt. We'll see how Steve Eitzen. It's going to be
a wild pitch in the dirt for sure.
Wild pitch.
Good block by Allen. He sees he's going. Makes a pretty good throw. Brock Bond does a nice job to get the tag on the helmet, but I think his foot might have been in there.
That was close. That was a lot closer than it should have been. So now Jones is in scoring position at second base. A.J. Kirby Jones with a 2-2 count. Kissick gets the sign. Here's the pitch. The fastball hit the other way. Hit hard, too. Back line. He's not going to get there. It's over the head of Mazzola. This will tie the ball game. Into second base goes Kirby Jones with a double, and it's 3-3.
Again, some frustration from Chris Kissick because he thought he had already struck out A.J. Kirby Jones in that at-bat. As it stands, Jones keeps the at-bat alive and ties this ball game with a good opposite field shot over the head of Josh Mazzola. That ball's a good pitch. It's just off the shoe tops. Mazzola knows it's over his head. He sold it pretty well. But that's going to do it for Chris Kissick. This ball game is tied. That RBI knock from A.J. Kirby Jones.
Kissick says nothing to home plate umpire Randy Wilms. And here comes Brendan Lafferty. It's been a real good season for Brendan Lafferty. He leads the American Association in appearances with 51. Tell us about Brendan.
Lafferty having a great season, coming on for the 52nd time. Scott, 0-2 record, 2.18 earned run average. He has 5 saves. 45 in 1 inning, 1/3 innings. 33 hits, 11 earned runs, 21 walks, 46 strikeouts. He's given up just 2 homers. Opponents hitting just 198 against the left-hander from California.
So Brendan Lafferty, who will spend most of his winter, his off-season here in Winnipeg, is in to try to stop the bleeding. The Goldeyes had a 3-0 lead and were cruising right along. And then Ethan Hollingsworth gave up 2 runs in the 7th, a long home run from Valencia. And then here in the 8th, Kissick gets the first hitter. A soft ground ball to Blackwood at third. And then a solid single by Jones on the first pitch he sees. He goes to second on a wild pitch. Scores on a double by A.J. Kirby Jones. 3 strikes were thrown by Chris Kissick. Third pitch, just almost over the heart of the plate. Called a ball by Randy Wilms, the home plate umpire. And as I said, it's very, very hard to get 4 strikes past the guys in this league. These are professional hitters. And 3's tough enough. 4 is almost impossible. So Kirby Jones goes down to second base. He was over talking to the first base coach during that warm-up by Brendan Lafferty. So Lafferty will face the number 4 hitter, Chris Duffy, the left-handed hitting left fielder for Sioux Falls.
Game of inches, as they say, Scotty. Sure looked like a good pitch.
That was a great pitch. He's called everybody else on it this afternoon. Me and strike zones. Me and strike zones and guys who wave at pitches and try to hold their swings. My 2 pet peeves in baseball. Anyway, Chris Duffy steps in, and he is a dangerous hitter. He's 0 for 3 today, but he is always due. Last one he hit hard at Josh Mazzola in right field. It's a pitch by Lafferty. It's a fastball in the corner for strike 1. That wasn't as good a pitch as the one that Kissick threw for what should have been strike 3 to Kirby Jones.
Good job of Lafferty to work ahead.
Lafferty checks the runner. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, I think. No, they say he didn't come.
Here, let's go back to the pitch right here. Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness.
I think the umpire was fooled because Luis Allen made it look like they were going to waste a pitch up at the eye level. Instead, they threw it over the heart of the outside corner. And it was called a ball.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. That should have been strike 3 as well. This is comical how bad it can be. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chris Duffy. Kirby Jones at second, 1 away. Goldeyes trying to keep this game deadlocked. Brendan Lafferty in a tough situation against a very good hitter. Here's Lafferty's pitch, off-speed pitch off the end of the bat to Tyler Kuhn, a number. He hit it hard considering he hit it right off the end of the bat. It's a ground out, 6-3 for the second out of the inning. And we'll bring up Carlos Mendez, who has a run batted in this ball game. A single in 3 trips.
Cue shot off the end. Kuhn stays in front of it to Hopper. Gets it across the diamond with the second out of the inning. AJ Kirby Jones cannot advance. Now there's 2 out.
So here's Mendez. Grounded out to Jake Blackwood in the second. Blackwood made a good play. And then singled in the 5th. And then his ground out to Kuhn in the 7th. Scored the first run of the ball game for the Sioux Falls Canaries. That made it 3-1. Here's the pitch to Mendez. That's on the corner for a strike. Kirby Jones with a good lead at second base. Lafferty's pitch to Mendez is in the dirt, 1-1. And out goes Luis Allen to have a chat with Brendan Lafferty. He's going to be the tallest left-handed curler in Manitoba next year.
Yes, he will.
Lafferty, 6'4", 185 from Riverside, California.
Big fan of Winnipeg.
Well, he's a hockey fan and now a curler. This is the perfect place for him.
Sure.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Carlos Mendez. One of the 2 Vancouver Canucks fans on the team, and they're both the 8th and 9th inning relievers, Kissick and Lafferty. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. That misses outside, 2-2.
Big spot here, trying to preserve the tie game, get the Goldeyes a chance to win it in the bottom half of the 9th.
Kirby Jones at second, 2 away. Lafferty gets the sign. There's the pitch. It's a ground ball foul. Mendez stays alive. Carlos Mendez from Venezuela. Makes his home now in Phoenix. To be in the Reds organization. It's Lafferty's pitch, off-speed pitch, hit a ton to left field. Webb goes back, it's deep, it's gone. A 2-run home run by Carlos Mendez, and Sioux Falls has blown it open against the Goldeyes bullpen. Mendez with a home run gives Sioux Falls a 5-3 lead. This home run brought to you by Home Run Sports. Home Run Sports at 20 De La Seigneurie Boulevard. 3 RBIs on the day for Carlos Mendez, and he has put Sioux Falls ahead 5-3.
Mendez 2 hits and 5 trips, and this is a big one, Scott. Worked a very strong at bat, got a pitch up in the zone, and he drills it over the left field wall over the head of Donnie Webb. Pitches on the inner half. Mendez turns on it. Webb thinks he may have a play on it, but looks up and sees it sail over the Taco Time sign for a 2-run blast that makes it 5-3 for the visiting Canaries.
Rick Forney can barely believe it. Ethan Hollingsworth pitched very, very well. The Goldeyes had a 3-0 lead in this one. And Carlos Mendez just drilled that over the left field wall. And now it's 5-3 as the Canaries put up 2 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th.
Pretty impressive showing from a team that's out of it.
Well, Joe Bircher's been the story. He's pitched brilliantly. There's one fouled off by Valencia. Valencia's last trip, he hit a monster home run. He hit it over the tent in the picnic park onto the street. That's a long way.
And a great job by Bircher to keep his team in it for as long as he did. Really battled. His hitters have given him some run support.
There's one hit the other way to Donnie Webb. Can of corn for Donnie. He makes the catch, and that does it. But damage done in this 8th inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, nobody left. And this is a completely different game that's been all afternoon. The Sioux Falls Canaries come back with 2 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th. They take a 5-3 lead. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning at Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway. To learn more about this event, please visit theforks.com. Okemuk Marsh is hosting a Labor Day weekend event.
We have a brand new pitcher for the Sioux Falls Canaries to start this 8th inning. It's the lefty, Joe Testa. He's pitched pretty well already in this particular series. He pitched an inning and struck a batter out, no hits, and pitched pretty well. Tell us about Joe Testa.
Joe Testa coming on for the 33rd time this season, 28th time with the Canaries. Scott, 0-3 record, 3.27 earned run average. He has 1 save with the Canaries, 41 and 1/3 innings. 46 hits, 15 earned runs allowed, 17 walks, 39 strikeouts. He's given up 4 homers, opponents hitting .293 against the left-hander.
So Joe Testa, the diminutive left-hander, comes into the ball game for Sioux Falls. And he'll try to hold the lead now. Sioux Falls has 5 runs on 9 hits. They've made no errors. The Goldeyes 3 runs on 7 hits. They've made no errors.
Testa was with Gary last year on that championship team. No stranger to the Goldeyes.
And for the Goldeyes, here in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Ryan Pineda, then back to the top of the order, Brock Bond and Jake Blackwood.
Well, the complexion of that inning certainly changed on 1 pitch, Scott.
I think it was obviously strike 3. He didn't get strike 3. Kirby Jones doubles and everything changes. The entire ballgame. My player of the game is Randy Williams.
I'll give Kirby Jones credit to getting the double after what should have been strike 3.
Wow.
See what the Goldeyes have in response.
Let's see if they've got anything left in the tank. Here's Pineda. First pitch to Ryan Pineda's in there for strike 1. Pineda today has grounded out to third and struck out. 0 for 2. He has been hitting the ball very, very well in the last week. Hitting .636 in his last 5 games. There's a swing and a miss. So 2 strikes to Pineda. In case you missed it, the Goldeyes have already wrapped it up. They're the North Division champions. Counting this game, there are 8 games remaining in the regular season. They will finish up on September 1st. And we'll be here on Shaw TV for Fan Appreciation Night at the ballpark. Here's Testa's pitch. That's way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pineda. Crowd trying to get into it. There's one foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Pineda stays alive.
Still 6 outs to play with here for the Goldeyes. They've made a habit of late inning heroics at various times this season.
Turned out to be a great afternoon for baseball. Looks like Barry Fowler's up throwing for Winnipeg in the bullpen. Testa's pitch. That's low and inside. 2-2 to Ryan Pineda. Pineda, one of 3 players on the Goldeyes team to play for national teams. Pineda played for Team Philippines at the World Baseball Classic. Chris Kissick, of course, has helped Canada qualify for the World Baseball Classic. There's a pop-up. On the infield, Sam Lind makes the call and makes the catch. So Pineda pops out to Sam Lind, the second baseman. The third Goldeye to play for a national team is Casey Harther, who played for Team Israel. Here's Brock Bond. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Single and a run batted in.
That was a big run at the time. Drove in the second run of the ball game.
Testa delivers. Off-speed pitch in the dirt. Ball 1. Joe Testis from Jackson, New Jersey. He's 28 years old. He's been around. Considered an LS4 in league service.
Non-drafted free agent, signed with Minnesota 2008.
2 balls and no strikes to Bond. That pitch misses again. 3-0. So the very patient Brock Bond, who leads the Goldeyes with 46 walks on the season in 57 games, playing in his 58th game today. Three balls and 1 strike to Bond. He was taking all the way. Testa kicks, delivers, and that, oh, strike 2.
Testa started this year with Gary Scott. He actually was not part of that championship team. The statistics sheet we were given was incorrect. Split last season between Newark of the Can-Am League and Amarillo of the American Association.
3-2 the count, and there's a ground ball foul.
Pitched at Wagner College and was the NEC Pitcher of the Year in 2008 before he was signed as a free agent by the Minnesota Twins.
Counts full to Brock Bond. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of 8. Testa's pitch is fouled off. Bond stays alive. Barry Fowler up throwing for Winnipeg. Fowler is 38 years old.
Still loves the game.
Sure does. Testa's pitch, chop foul again. Swing and a miss. Great pitch by Testa. That fooled Bond. Second time Bond has struck out today. And that's 2 away here in the 8th. It'll bring up Jake Blackwood.
Real good pitch, Scott, as you mentioned. Fastball in the outside corner. It looked like Bond might have been expecting something off speed. Couldn't catch up to the fastball. It's the second out of the inning.
So here comes Blackwood, who's had another good ball game. He has a double and a run scored in 3 trips. Tremendous game defensively. Testa gets the sign from Kevin Dultz, the catcher. The first pitch is in there for a strike. Blackwood led off the 6th with a double. Scored on a single by Tyler Kuhn. Testa kicks and delivers. Big looping curveball outside. For ball 1, 1-1. Jake Blackwood smoking hot over the last 5 games. Came in hitting .421 in the last 5, 8 for 19. So throwing that hit in 3 trips, he's 9 for 22. There's a line shot, make it 10 for 23. Solid single to left field. Second hit of the game for Jake Blackwood. Boy, he's swinging a great bat, isn't he?
Pretty impressive stretch for Blackwood. Alan Durant, the Canaries closer, warming in the bullpen.
So here's Tyler Kuhn. He's 3 for 3 today with a run scored and an RBI. Singled in the 1st, had an infield single, stole a base and scored a run in the 4th, and singled and drove in a run in the 6th. Tremendous game for Tyler Kuhn today. Testa with the lefty-lefty situation just misses. Boy, that was a good pitch. 1 ball and no strikes to Tyler Kuhn. Blackwood at first, 2 away. Here's Testa's pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 87 from Joe Testa.
Great pitch on the hands. Tied him up right there, Scott. See another look here. Kuhn looking for something over the plate. Got a fastball with some movement on it, in on the hands. Nothing he could do with it.
1 ball and 1 strike to Kuhn. Off-speed pitch popped up. Real nice pitch by Testa. On comes Valencia in center field. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the Goldeyes in the 8th inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll go to the 9th. It's the Sioux Falls Canaries 5, the Winnipeg Goldeyes 3. This is Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
Time now for our slide of the game, brought to you by Manitoba Public Insurance. Kenny Weed, what did you select as our slide of the game?
Well, back in the 4th inning, Scott, after a single from Tyler Kuhn, Reggie Abercrombie at the plate. Kuhn gets a real good jump, pitch in the dirt, gets in there for his 11th steal of the season. Here's a second look at it. Pretty good throw by Kevin Dultz. Lind unable to get the tag down in time. Tyler Kuhn's 11th stolen base is our slide of the game.
Slide of the game brought to you every game by Manitoba Public Insurance. We have a pitching change for the Winnipeg Goldeyes. I believe this is the first time at home we have seen Barry Fowler. Tell us about Barry Fowler, the 38-year-old right-hander.
It's the first time for Fowler back in his 2nd stint with the Goldeyes. In fact, coming on for the 9th time this season, he had 8 appearances out of the bullpen for the Gary South Shore Railcats. Scott, 1-0 record. 4.91 earned run average. He had 2 saves there, though. 11 innings pitched, 13 hits, 6 earned runs. He's given up 1 home run on the season. First seen with the Goldeyes back in 2011.
It's a remarkable story.
Oh, no question about it.
He didn't even play pro baseball until he was 34 years old in El Paso, and he drove to El Paso from his home in Atlanta to try out. Just to try out. Got into 22 games.
Joined the Goldeyes in 2011, made 6 appearances, including 3 starts. Got a 4.22 earned run average before joining the Sioux Falls Canaries, so you can be sure that he's probably pretty eager to face his former team. Also spent the 2012 season, for a part of it, with the Sioux Falls Canaries.
He was a pretty good college player, high school star, and then there was some illness in his family. And he ended up taking a decade off to handle some issues, but he never gave up his love for baseball. Pitched town ball around Georgia, some senior men's baseball. Never gave it up. And now he's still pitching professional baseball at age 38. So here's Barry Fowler to face the bottom of the order. Stephen Branca, Sam Lind, and Kevin Dultz. And I wouldn't call Sam Lind the bottom of the order today. He's been very good. He's walked and doubled, been on base twice. Branca's had a single. These guys are pretty tough hitters, the bottom of this order. So Branca will step in to face Barry Fowler. They're going through the signs with Luis Allen just to make sure everybody's on the right page. So here's Fowler's first pitch with the Goldeyes, and it's foul back. First pitch with the Goldeyes this trip. His 2nd time with the ball club. 2011, back again here in 2014. Sioux Falls leads at 5-3. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Stephen Branca against Barry Fowler. Off-speed pitches popped up. 81-mile-an-hour fastball will correct that. It's fouled to Casey Harther, and there's the first out of the inning. So Fowler gets the first man he faces, and here comes tough hitter Sam Lind.
So you could hear it on the crowd mic in that situation right there. Said you got room, and Arthur indeed got room and hauled it in.
Good job defensively. Here's Fowler's first pitch to Lind. It's on the corner for strike one. 84-mile-an-hour fastball. He's kind of got a loosey-goosey motion. About 3/4. Not quite over the top. Off-speed pitch is hit off the end of the bat to Josh Mazzola in right field. Mazzola makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down here in the ninth. And here comes the number 9 hitter, Kevin Dultz. Fowler looks like he's picking up a little confidence. He's got some mound presence right now. 2 quick outs. Ball not hit very hard off him by either hitter. And here's Dultz. Off-speed pitch, and that was hit hard. That's in the gap, and there goes Donnie Webb to get it. He makes the catch. What a great play by Donnie Webb in left field. Super defensive play. Steals one from Dultz. He hit it in the gap on the line, and Webb, who was so quick, gets over and gets it. And it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. Let's have another look at this.
Another example of that great range. Scott slider caught a lot of the plate. Dultz caught a good piece of it. Look how far Donnie Webb has to run to track this down with a sliding grab. Just an outstanding defensive effort. Hanging slider, hit hard. Webb got a great jump off the bat. Diving grab. It's behind him. He hauls it in for the 3rd out. That's just a tremendous defensive effort.
Great play by Donnie Webb to end this 9th inning for Sioux Falls. Barry Fowler has a 1-2-3 9th inning. It's Sioux Falls 5, Winnipeg 3. The Goldeyes get one last chance. It's Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway.
At Shaw TV, we are proud to bring you live events, and we value your comments. Call the Shaw TV viewer response line now, 204-480-3500, or email us, shawtvwinnipeg@shaw.ca, and let us know how we're doing. Or find us on Facebook and Twitter at Shaw TV Winnipeg.
There's Goldie. He's been tweeting most of the game, saying how much fun he has at the ballpark. And he does have fun at the ballpark. We've been tweeting as well from the truck at Shaw TV Winnipeg. If you got a fan pick, send it to us. Hashtag fan pick. We got a brand new pitcher, big guy, coming in after the diminutive Joe Testa. We've got the biggest man on the field for the Sioux Falls Canaries. Tell us about the new pitcher.
Alan Durat, the Sioux Falls closer, Scott, coming on for the 36th time this year. He has a 3-6 record, a 3.48 earned run average, and he has 12 saves. 33 2/3 innings, 40 hits, 13 earned runs. He's given up 3 homers on the campaign, but the closer is in to try to lock it down for the visitors.
Alan Durat is 6'5", 225 pounds from Raleigh, North Carolina.
17th round pick of the Colorado Rockies back in 2008. 4th in saves last year in the American Association with 22.
What's most interesting about Durat is he looks incredibly imposing on the mound. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. He looks scary on the mound. Real friendly guy.
Good mound presence, no question about it.
But he's a big dude, 6'5", 225. Lots of velocity. And here comes Casey Arthur to leave it off. The Goldeyes will have Arthur, Abercrombie, and Webb. They trail at 5-3.
42 saves in 7 minor league seasons.
So Arthur is 0 for 3 today. He has struck out, fly to center, and hit into a double play. And he hit into a double play. It was a rocket. One hopper right at Sam Lind at second base. So here's Durat's first pitch. It's in there for a strike. Durat gets the sign from Dultz. He works quickly. Pitch, and it's a long fly ball off the bat of Harther. Easy play for the left fielder, Chris Duffy. And that's the first out of this 9th inning. So 1 away, and here comes the center fielder, Reggie Abercrombie. Abercrombie today, 1 for 3. He has a single in the 4th inning. Drove in a run with that single. Tyler Kuhn had beaten one out on the infield and then stole second base. First pitch to Reggie is in there for strike 1.
Interesting motion from Durat as well. He hides the ball quite nicely.
Everybody's playing Reggie straight away. Durat kicks, delivers. That misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Abercrombie, who came in hitting .287. 5th in the league in home runs with 17. And 4th in the league with runs batted in with 68. Swing and a miss. That pitch fooled Reggie. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Abercrombie.
Good fastball in the outer half.
Trying to get the fans into it. Goldeyes trail at 5-3. And the closer is on. Here's the pitch by Durat. Off-speed pitch fools Reggie for strike 3. Abercrombie goes down on strikes. And that's 2 away here in the 9th inning.
There's another look at it, Scott. Oh, just a crisp slider right there below the knees in the outer half. Abercrombie can't get a piece of it, and he goes down swinging.
So the Goldeyes have built a 3-0 lead behind Ethan Hollingsworth, and the bullpen couldn't hold it. Hollingsworth gave up a couple of runs. They led 3-2. But a 2-run home run by Carlos Mendez is the difference. First pitch to Donnie Webb is in there for strike 1.
Yeah, interesting ball game, Scott. We haven't seen a lot of blown saves this season. Goldeyes bullpen could not protect the lead for Hollingsworth.
Durat's pitch to Webb is low, 1-1.
Hollingsworth was rolling along, had a couple hard hit balls in the last 2 innings of work.
Donnie Webb digs in. Goldeyes down to perhaps their final chance. 2 away here in the 9th inning. Trying to get a hit, keep this thing alive. Here's Durat's pitch. That's on the corner, and it's a 1-2 to Donnie Webb. 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Alan Durat.
Not a lot of closing opportunities for Durat during a 30-win season.
That pitch is low and inside. 2-2 counts even to Webb. Webb today 0 for 3. He grounded out to first, fouled out to first, and then flied out to the right fielder Steve Tanoka. Trying to keep it alive. Durat kicks, delivers. There's a long fly ball. It'll go about warning trank length. Tanoka makes the catch, and that'll do it. Ball game is over. The Sioux Falls Canaries have come back from a 3-0 deficit to score 5 runs in the 7th and 8th innings, and they win it 5-3 for Sioux Falls. 5 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Goldeyes. 3 runs on 8 hits and no errors. Brendan Lafferty will take the loss in this one. Joe Bircher will get the win. Save will go to Alan Durat. Pretty good day for Sioux Falls. They avoid a sweep as the Goldeyes win 3 out of 4. The Goldeyes still have a 59-34 record. They'll head out on the road now to play the St. Paul Saints. Stay with us. The Safeway postgame show is coming up. You're watching Safeway Goldeyes Baseball live on Shaw TV.
Today's game is brought to you by Safeway. Safeway Goldeyes Baseball is back for another exciting season live on Shaw TV. On Saturday, August 30th at 6 p.m., the Fish will battle the Gary South Shore Railcats at Shaw Park. Brought to you by Safeway, only on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to the ballpark. It's time now for the Safeway post-game show, and the Winnipeg Goldeyes could not win their 60th game of the year. They could not sweep the Sioux Falls Canaries, although they had a good chance. They built a 3-0 lead, couldn't hold it. They lose at 5-3 this afternoon here at Shaw Park. Started out to be a rainy, kind of wet, muggy day. Ended up being a really, really nice day for baseball. But the Goldeyes will head out onto the road with a record of 59-34.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's still a pretty good homestand and a very good series for them. They were able to clinch their playoff spot on home field. Again, just a bit of a letdown late innings. We haven't seen it often. Not a lot of blown saves. Goldeyes bullpen was unable to get the job done this evening. Pretty solid start for Ethan Hollingsworth. The bats were there early, but they didn't tack on runs later on after building that lead. Full credit to Sioux Falls coming back and rallying. This is a team that has very little to play for, but got the job done with some grinding out some at bats. Caught a bit of a break, but also took advantage by going yard and having a big inning to take the lead and not look back.
So the Sioux Falls Canaries win at 5-3. Tonight's Player of the Game is brought to you by Shaw On Demand. With more than 10,000 on-demand titles, you won't miss a thing. Let's go down to field level. Al Foster and our player... it's not Al Foster, you're right, it's Mike Beauregard. My apologies to Mike Beauregard, who has done a wonderful job today. Let's go down to Mike at field level with our Player of the Game. Michael?
Our Shaw Direct Player of the Game is Carlos Mendez, 3 RBI and a big home run there, a clutch home run. That's got to feel good.
Oh yeah, I feel good after last night and being 1 for 5, so long day, feel good today.
How difficult has this season been for Sioux Falls?
A lot, because we lost a lot of games, but we keep work hard every day and trying to win the game.
Now, I hate to put you on the spot, but you've seen all the good teams in this league heading into the playoffs. Where do you think the Goldeyes fit in there?
I don't know, but this guy have a really good team, Winnipeg. So Lincoln and Laredo have good teams too. So it's going to be a good playoff.
All right, thanks for your time and congratulations.
Thank you.
Carlos Mendez, our Shaw Direct Player of the Game, guys.
Our Venezuelan who lives in Phoenix, Arizona. Carlos Mendez, tremendous player. He hit the game-winning home run today. He's the hero of the game and our Goldeyes Player of the Game, brought to you by Shaw On Demand. With more than 10,000 on-demand titles, you won't miss a thing. Well, Ken Weeb, you pick the play of the game every game. Today's play of the game brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps. What's our play of the game?
It's a very little question. After the Canaries tied the game 3-3, 2 out in the 8th inning, Carlos Mendez stepped to the plate and did something about that tie game. Curveball slider from Brendan Lafferty. It's a hanger, and Mendez drills it over the wall in left field for his 5th home run of the game. It's a big knock, and it's also our play of the game.
He crushed it. That thing was gone when it left the bat. It wasn't hit very high. It was a line drive, but it was ripped. Carlos Mendez home run is our Shaw Play of the Game, brought to you by Shaw. Take your favorite shows on the go with Shaw Go apps. Well, the Winnipeg Goldeyes can't win the final game of this series. They lose at 5-3, despite the fact Ethan Hollingsworth pitched a pretty good ball game. But the Goldeyes go down their first loss in 7 games. So it's been a pretty good run. They finished 6-1 in this homestand. They head out onto the road right after this game. They'll get on the bus very, very quickly and head out to St. Paul, where they'll play the St. Paul Saints on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then come back to Winnipeg to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to wrap up the season against the Gary South Shore Railcats. And we'll be back for a couple of the games in that series. Ken Weeb, thank you very much for this. You're going on holidays. We're not going to see you next weekend. Have a great trip.
Thank you very much, sir.
And on behalf of Ken Weeb, I'm Scott Taylor. It's been a great day at the ballpark this afternoon. Mike Beauregard, please take us home.
Our next telecast of Shaw Goldeyes baseball is next Saturday when the Goldeyes host the Gary South Shore Railcats. There could be playoff implications for Gary. They're battling right now for the Central Division title. Our final score this afternoon, Goldeyes losing. Their 8-game win streak is snapped. 5-3, they fall to the Sioux Falls Canaries. For our entire Shaw crew, including Ken Weeb and Scott Taylor, I'm Mike Beauregard saying so long from Shaw Park, and we'll see you next time on Safeway Goldeyes Baseball.
I'm Shaq from Rock 102. I'm not a chef, and I didn't go to any fancy cooking school. I'm just a regular guy that likes to cook. Hey everybody, it's Cooked with Shaq. Welcome to the show. Harrison, how you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Today we are talking about pork. We're going to put a little pork on your fork. A lot of people are thinking, sometimes pork's a little bit tough to cook here and there. You got to get the temperature just right. Well, we're going to tell you how you can do it and have success every single time. This recipe is so easy. But before that, we'd like to welcome our good friend, Aaron Adair. He's got a new album. It is called Analog, and throughout the entire episode of Cooked with Shaq, we're going to be hearing clips from this particular album. Also, get online, aaronadair.com, and check him out when he's in town. This is what his album looks like right here. Buy it, okay? Buy the album. It's really cool. Really funky. All right. All right, so let's get to this. You like pork, obviously.
I love pork.
Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to triple up the pork. When I say pork on the fork, we are going to really fork it up, okay? We have got, now see if I can get this straight. I'm trying to get this straight in my mind. We are going to have a mushroom and Italian sausage stuffed bacon-wrapped pork tenderloin. Woo! So what we're going to have is an Italian sausage, which is made of pork. We've got bacon, which of course is made of pork. And we've got a pork tenderloin, which is made, of course, with pork. So we're going to start off with the sausage. Now, we don't want to put the whole sausage in. We're going to cut it through the skin, and we're just going to peel it out and put it right into the frying pan. So we're going to brown it up a little bit just to get things started a little bit too. Just a wee bit of vegetable oil or olive oil or whatever you want to put in there. And then you just take the skin off, just like this. Because we don't want the skin in there. We just want we want all that seasoned meat. Okay, so that goes in, just like that.